Welcome to the Weekly D Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Blake.
I'm Danny G.
What's going on, man?
I'm good, buddy. What about you?
Dude, guess what?
What?
We got invited. We got personally invited by Pass the Gravy to join and open up for the second row in the year.
What?
Second time in the year. Whatever, same
Second
shit.
time in 2 years.
Yeah.
It's our second one. It's our second go.
It's the second time. You know, we're just going to do this.
This is our sixth
We're gonna
time
do
trying to
this.
record this.
This is the 6th annual Christmas Spooktacular. I can't do the crazy voice. Sorry, guys.
Spooktacular.
I'm excited, dude.
Yo, I am too, dude.
And not only that, guess where it's going to be at?
At the best fucking brewery in the world.
At 3525 North Fraser Street in Conroe, Texas. Doors open up at 6 p.m. And guys, come thirsty, come hungry, but don't come too fast.
Exactly. it's all about the long stroke, the long game.
Oh my gosh. We had to pull a dick joke in there. Guys, come join us. It's going to be Friday, December 20th, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. We open up at 7, I believe.
6 p.m., 7 p.m., some shit like
we're
that.
going to be there. We're going to party with you guys. We're going to drink beer, have a great time. Thank you for inviting us, Alex and Pass the Gravy. Thank you for inviting us, Southern Star. It's going to be a great fucking time. Be
And
there.
come get drunk with us. Let's
Also, you can also apply for Danny Dan's ordained services while we're there.
go. Of course.
Of course. Peace.
Oh, man. That sound, it just never gets old, man. This is the Weekly D Podcast. Guys, let me tell you a little bit about our favorite sponsors in the whole wide world. Southern Star Brewery. They are the best brewery in the local Texas area. I must say, they're located at 3252 North Fraser Street. Let me tell you what, you take a date there on any night of the week, it's going to be a killer knockout kill. I'll tell you what. Let me say, OJ couldn't get a more defined kill than this. Like, honestly, committed 100%. And I will say, the glove will always fit if you take her there.
Okay.
I don't know why that popped in my head. But I'm just saying, like, Subatomico Pale Ale. Like, a juicy
Delicious.
Pale Ale. They'll always come clutch in any type of the season. Le Mont Vivant. The most inspiring beer to come today. And one of my favorites to drink on any cold weather night. Danny, what's your favorite right now?
Right now, my favorite is the Black Crack.
Tell me about it, bro.
Aged, it's a bourbon aged hatchet stout.
Very
Hatchet
hatchet.
stout. Shit's delicious, man. I
Like-
drank one already and I'm fucked up. I can't even do that.
I saw you knock back the rest of it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, my brain turned off after that.
Guys, let me tell you what. These are the beers that you can drink at room temperature. They'll hit hard. You can keep them in the fridge for a little longer. They'll hit hard. And let me tell you this. Your neighbor will think you're a god if you walk around with this.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Subatomico Juicy IPA. It's an explosion in your mouth. Explosion of flavor. Delicious. Black Crack. That shit will put you down.
Will
Drink
you
with
say
caution.
if you go black, you'll never go back?
Oh, never going back again.
OJ would agree. Now, anyways,
And I'm drinking the strawberry blonde.
that's my sister, by the way, Brittany Tom Justin.
Hey,
You can't follow her at anything. She has no social media.
I do
damn,
not.
man.
I
How do you
not.
live?
I'm off the grid.
Okay, guys. So,
Oh.
and our special beer sponsor for this episode, because it is Friday the 13th, Conspiracy IPA. Now, let me tell you this. We know Pass the Gravy came out with a Conspiracy IPA episode where they just talked conspiracies all night.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what. Every Friday the 13th, we're going to pick a few conspiracies, nitpick them, give our takes. We're going to heat on each other. Some family members are going to find a lot about each other in this episode that they probably
God.
didn't know. And we're going to get knee deep into some real conspiracies that people are always theorizing throughout the night.
No, we're going to be talking Marilyn Monroe,
JFK,
JFK, fucking Donald Trump, and the time travelers.
and the Freemasons.
It's gonna get really, really.
It's gonna get really dark. It's gonna get really twisted. So let's get just shit
once
started.
again, thank you Southern Star and Conspiracy IPA for sponsoring this episode.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do you suck dicks?
Sir, no, sir.
Bullshit, I'll bet you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Oh my God!
How'd you like to own a little bit of my foot in your ass?
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
Gets the people going.
Shake and bake.
Chip, I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
How many drinks of alcohol do you consume a week?
1.
That's it? One drink?
1 shelf.
Okay, you ready? Oh, shit. Yeah. Here it comes. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh man, happy Friday the 13th, y'all.
Whoa.
God, it's not only that, it's my birthday too.
Wait,
So
come on. Cue the happy birthday.
oh god,
Happy birthday to
Taylor
you.
Swift. Happy birthday.
you're gonna continue. Okay.
Taylor Swift.
Oh my god, it's still continuing.
Happy birthday,
dear
T-Swizzle.
Yeah, T-Swizzle.
Change it up a little bit. Come on, guys.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Not
Thank
actually
you.
you, just Taylor Swift.
No.
I'm
Appreciate
just
you.
kidding.
Guys,
That's
appreciate
my
it, guys.
favorite odd money joke I started.
Yeah.
I love that I convinced our friends to
So
start texting
me
you.
and Taylor
happy-
Swift had the same birthday, and every Friday the 13th, I came up with this earlier today because I was like, man, I love conspiracies and I love researching them. And I know Danny
Dude,
feels the same way.
I got so deep into the researching the one conspiracy I chose.
So, guys, for
was
every
ridiculous.
Friday the 13th that ever comes out, that is Conspiracy Night with our friends and sponsors, Conspiracy IPA from Southern Star Brewing Company. So, guys, let's get into it because I know this is going to be a long, deep night.
This is going to be a good one.
It's good.
This is going to be a really good
I don't
one.
even know if we have enough beer for this night. Okay.
I don't know if we have enough information to be
So,
honest.
this is what we're covering. Marilyn Monroe killed the killing with JFK involved. Okay.
JFK. Make sure you get the right
Of
people.
course. Okay. We also got Time Travelers with Trump.
Bro, that shit blew my mind.
And then,
I might have gone too deep into it.
guys, for the first time ever, I did an interview, a sit-down interview with a real-life Freemason. And I'm going to give you my takes and the questions I asked him. And basically what goes on in the Freemason Lounge. They're located everywhere in the U.S. Actually, all around the world, really.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know it started from England. So we're just going to go knee-deep in the high dive. What do you want to start with first?
You want to start with Marilyn Monroe? Because I know that's going to be a good one.
Okay.
I know that's going to be a juicy one.
Okay, so
Everybody likes a good love affair.
So, Brittany, because
Yes.
you're the newest to the podcast so far.
Got it.
And you're a female.
Hey,
And
congratulations. You're on the podcast.
Woohoo. I know I've been wanting to be on this for a
cannot wait
long
to
time.
heat on you.
And I was super banned.
yeah.
I mean,
I mean, you dabbled in it one time.
here's the thing. My brother, I'd be like, can I get on the podcast? Can I like, get on the podcast? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Okay, when is it going to be? Saturday. Then I show up Saturday. Oh, yeah, we rescheduled it to Friday. and that's when it really happened. Oh, you were available? I should have told you. My bad. But now I'm here. Now I'm
In
here.
his
That's low
defense,
key how that works, though.
yeah, in his defense,
Now I'm
we
here.
are
It's
the
like
worst at
last minute.
scheduling it.
Yeah, like we tried
No,
to
this
plan
this
this
was
shit.
a real thing. This really did happen.
It really did, though. I was really trying to hide that shit. It's like, I understand you want to be on it. I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know.
So,
like,
are you conspiring to keep her off?
Yeah,
It
I
was a
was really trying
conspiracy.
to, but for my birthday, I made an exception.
Okay.
He said it's because we talk too much about dicks. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I understand. It's all this.
pretty good.
Think of yourself, but my age times 3 because it's 3 times as worse. Maybe not, but yeah. Okay, never mind. We're not gonna get into that.
But luckily, we're 8 minutes in and we still haven't said a dick joke.
Oh, trust me, it's coming.
It's coming.
We're talking about Marilyn Monroe. I mean, come on.
You think JFK had a big old...
Okay. Oh, come on, man.
Did he have a schlong?
Well, supposedly in the White House, there's like a secret corridor where all of the women or men, depending on how that president likes it.
Yeah, Clinton.
They just come, they come and go as they please.
Oh, they come.
They come and go as they please. No, but there's like a secret corridor so people can't see them enter the White House or exit the White House. It's super discreet.
I don't know if there's a lot
Sounds like
going,
glory
but
hole.
there's a lot. Okay.
They come and go through the hole.
This is what you're dealing with for the
corridor.
next 3 hours, just so you know. Okay, so growing up, what did you think when someone told you about Marilyn Monroe?
No one told me about her.
Like, you never thought she was like...
What did you ever reference to her? Like, when
Did
hear
you
the
think
name-
she was like one of the most...
Well, she sang happy birthday to the president.
Happy
Birthday,
birthday.
Mr. President.
Okay, but like, did you ever think that she was like signified as one of the wealthiest white women like
No,
in
she
America?
was a sex symbol, bro. She was a sex symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a
Well,
lot of people...
the good thing though is that she wasn't like she was known for her curvy body, and so she was the woman that exposed a lot, but she was more curvy. She wasn't, which now women are all kinds of different shapes and
It's all
forms.
sorts of curves.
But here's the deal: when you asked me what I thought when I was like growing up, right?
Yeah, when you were growing up
Because
with
the
her.
strawberry blonde is kicking my ass right now. I don't use it.
Shut up.
Sad, not stolen story.
But no, when I was growing up, it seemed like only one type of woman could be a model. Now every type of woman can be a model. So people reference Marilyn Monroe a whole lot because she was very curvy, and she was, of course, one of the well-known naked
Okay, I got a
models.
question for both of y'all.
Okay.
When you hear the name Marilyn Monroe, what's the first thing that pops up into your head?
Okay, before sex. Now, in today's day, after doing all my research about her, someone that had a hardship life, who overcame a lot of obstacles, who not only stood up for female generation, but actually basically shoved guys into the ground, but also, honestly,
She was an activist.
she controlled the crazy girl attitude with the powerful female body.
I think she,
And attitude, like, honestly, because after doing so much research, not only did her mom have schizophrenia, she had no father growing up. She had guys that she kind of figured were her dad. She has daddy issues right off the bat.
For sure.
Okay, she has no mother because she's schizophrenic, in and out of hospitals and shit.
She's gonna haunt you tonight in your sleep. No, I'm
Here's
just
the
kidding.
thing. Here's the
That'd
thing.
be a good
She
haunting.
dropped out of high school, married a guy that was in the military, right? Was with this guy for 3 or 4 years. He got shipped out to war. Okay, so she went with him basically to, I guess, the base and whatever. She was working in a little warehouse. And a guy was like, oh my God, this girl in overalls, can I take pictures of you? The You Can Do It posters, that was her. They took pictures of her. And
I thought that was Rosie the Riveter.
No, that was her, like, modelized for, like you can see pictures if you look, Marilyn Monroe, World War II, with the photos and everything. This was right after the Depression, into the war, and she was working in warehouse. She was working in warehouses and shit. Dropped out of high school, married a guy, and that was her first modeling pictures. Because some guy was like, this is a hot ass girl doing basically warehouse work to make stuff for the military.
Yeah.
So taking pictures, and she actually got paid as a model for that. Okay, so get this. After those photos were taken and published and everything,
JFK said
No,
JFK
that comes
knew
in way later.
okay.
Okay,
this is
so
smart.
she got paid for that. Then they had a little photo shoot company ship her out to California. And she was like, okay, I'm 22, 23. And she started acting. And they were like, man, this girl's good. And she was like, wait, so I can act, I can do all this stuff in movies and stuff and get paid for this? I don't need a husband. So the husband came back from war. She was like, okay, well, obviously this guy doesn't like me dressing basically in nothing, because she would post nude. She was one of the only females at that time that would dress nude or not wear anything for a lot of these photos and videos. And she got paid a lot of money for that.
Wasn't she like Playboy's first? She's
Yeah.
That's
the
how.
first centerpiece. Or
Yeah,
something
she
like
was
that,
the
right?
first.
Of course, that happened years later.
For Playboy,
but yes.
what is so it's because she was an all natural model back then. They didn't have plastic surgery.
Exactly.
They didn't have anything like that. So she didn't have liposuction. She didn't have any of that. So as a female, to be any type of model or to be, in play,
She was actually the first
the very
cover
Playmate,
model.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she didn't have any of that done, and no photoshopping, anything like
So
that.
what I'm saying though is like, okay, so here's someone that basically had no parents growing up. Had people around her kind of help raise her. She mainly looked for role models and stuff, and she had a few, like 2 or 3 people help her. She was sexually assaulted all the way ages from 4 to 8, and then again at 11 years old, right? Dropped out of high school, started working in a warehouse, got a huge deal being a model, and then started acting in movies. And they were like, wow, this girl can actually act. Okay, so at 25 years old, she actually had a $1 million contract with Fox. Here's the thing with Fox, they had a lot of regulations and a lot of stuff. You can't do this, you can't do this. She was like, you know what, fuck that, I'm out. She dropped the deal with Fox, leaving millions of dollars on the table.
Did they have $1 million contracts
yes,
back then?
she did, because she was that good of an actor. Here's the thing, she dropped that, started her own production company, and she was the first female to start her own production company. With a lot of models didn't do that in general. A lot of actors or actresses didn't do that. And not only that, she raised over $10 to $15 million in that time, and Fox went ahead and signed her with all of her regulations that she wanted. She had all the power. So when I say this is a girl who had all the power on her side, here's the thing, the reason why guys found her so desirable was because guys like Joe DiMaggio, who chased her for years and finally got her, tried to put clothes on her, and she was like, you know what, I'm not about this. She kept getting beaten by this guy. She finally left him. He had to turn around. Most famous baseball player of all is a woman beater who was trying to cover her up and basically paid for a sex doll to be made exactly like her. And had obsession.
Wait a minute, what?
Yes, he paid for a sex doll back in those times to make
That must
just
have
like
not
her.
looked like her.
Trust me.
Yeah,
Like,
because
I
they
look-
don't have that kind of technology.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, if you were to say that
But-
nowadays, I would believe it, because they got the
No,
textiles that talk to
I'm
you
talking
and
about
everything.
like back in those
Yeah,
days.
you know all about that right now. I'm just kidding.
Hey, we're the Weekly D podcast. You know
We
all
try
about that.
everything at once. That's her rule.
Not the guess. Not the guess.
Oh, why? No, I'm just kidding. That would be weird. No. Whoa. We're not doing that podcast again. Not doing that one. We already did Stepsister podcast. We're not doing that
Your
one.
Cousins podcast. Why
That
are you
was
doing
weird.
sister ones now?
Anyways, so no, Joe DiMaggio had a sex doll made just like her because
pictures?
he was obsessed with her so much. Okay, here's the thing: after she passed away, he kept going to her grave every year, and he ended up being so depressed because she died.
Yeah,
really?
he loved her.
Yeah, like he loved her, but he beat the shit out of her, made her dress fully clothed and everything like that.
That's true
And
love
I'm like,
right there. No, I'm just
Damn,
kidding.
this girl is
That's
like
terrible.
25 years old, a multimillionaire, and
How
you
did
have-
she die?
We're gonna get into that right now.
Because that's the one thing.
Dude, I'm really curious how your Google search looks.
Yeah. Death, Marilyn Monroe.
Okay,
Who
so-
stalked her? The sex doll.
Okay, so
How did this
DiMaggio
happen?
know-
question mark?
Okay, so right now, what you know is she never had a father growing up. She was sexually assaulted a few times as a kid. She had a schizophrenic mom in and out of hospitals, like insane asylums and shit. She got married at 16 with the guy that went to war and shit. I forgot his name. Doesn't really matter. But she ends up falling in love for the nerdy guys. She likes the guys that are nerdy with glasses,
Like JFK.
skinny.
She likes the smart guys.
Well, here's the thing. she kind of liked the Kennedys at JFK and everything. So it supposedly either JFK or his brother Bobby, his name is Robbie, but a lot of people call him Bobby Kennedy. She either had an affair with either one of them. They're not too sure which one.
That's pretty common, though.
But they were specifically like, okay, so this happened in April where she slept with probably JFK. They're expecting. That's when she's saying, happy birthday, President. Mm-hmm. She kept blowing up the White House trying to get in contact with him. Here's the thing. He agreed to meet with her a few days later, right? Uh-huh. Well, he supposedly sent Bobby Kennedy out to go meet with her, right? Mm-hmm. The next day, she died. Now, she died, and I have the specific death right here.
Overdose.
It was overdose of... Hold on, I gotta read through this.
Yeah, but here's...
Okay, hold on. Okay, it was... Okay, Monroe was killed by poisoning acute barbiturate. Barbiturate. Mm-hmm. But they say it was so much of an amount
that she couldn't have taken it all.
Yes.
Because nobody can consume that much amount.
Exactly.
So it's definitely a conspiracy.
But here's the thing. So she died from that. Here's the thing that's twisted up, right? Mm-hmm. Guess who her physician is? Her physician is JFK's cousin.
Ooh. And here's the thing. She
JFK's cousin.
They were probably seeing each other romantically months before all of that had happened.
She was using the White House glory hole.
JFK didn't... What she said to JFK the night before she was dead, committed suicide.
That's why he had the brother meet her.
She said, I'm going to go out and exploit everything about y'all.
We watched CSI. That's why he had the brother. That's the alibi.
Okay.
He never saw us together.
So here's the thing. The thing people keep rooting back to, is this isn't Monroe's first time trying to commit suicide. She tried to overdose by taking sleeping pills before. Mm-hmm. This was when she was 16. She said... It wasn't because I was bored of she wasn't depressed being married. She was bored. She wanted something more fun. She also tried to commit suicide.
More fun than doing drugs and overdosing.
She also tried to commit suicide with Joe DiMaggio when dating him.
Yeah, because he was beating her and
He was beating her, and she was so depressed because she kept getting these deals on TV.
But that's what people say.
But she, again, only took sleeping pills. Mm-hmm. And threw them all up, and she didn't die.
I just Googled them. Joe DiMaggio was a little rough looking.
Yeah, bro. Like, honestly.
I can see why
I believe it's a conspiracy. I believe that she was in cahoots with JFK long before they even knew that she was in cahoots with JFK.
She was probably in cahoots with him before he was president.
So this is
then having the brother meet her to make it, that way everybody would know I was definitely not with her the day before she was murdered.
So this is what JFK said.
What's his alibi?
After this whole thing.
Yeah.
A guy known as the Doctor, a killer for hire, and an actual MD, he had done major hits for the mob, injected air in the vein near Maryland's public rain. So what they're saying is they're expecting, or a friend of Kennedy who was in front of all this, and he died this past year in November. So like literally a month ago he died. He admittedly said that the physician actually injected her with something.
Like a syringe full of air.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. It's not just Kennedy. It's his whole administration that would have taken her out because that's the way it works.
Yeah, because...
They see it as a threat, and they can't buy you off. They can't shut you up. So then they just take you out.
The thing with the whole Kennedy family was they were such a prized possession. And Kennedy was like... JFK especially was like...
You've heard cursed?
Yeah, you've heard the curse of the Kennedys,
right?
Was
it Marilyn Monroe who cursed them?
Yeah, basically.
Because didn't the brother die in a plane crash?
Yes.
In his own private
plane.
And then
the mom or the wife went crazy or something.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
JFK got blasted.
Yeah. In Dallas, and I was there. I didn't get to go to the museum, but my boss's kids did, so that was cool.
But what I'm getting into...
Little piece of trivia history.
What I'm getting into is... They actually admittedly said last month in November 2019 that there's a huge possibility that the person who just died that was the medical advisor for
The medical
Marilyn
examiner?
Monroe, yes,
Or the doctor.
they said there's a chance that she got injected with air in her chest and then poisoned. So
I can
why
see-
why
I
I
can
really
Somebody would have
poison?
had to inject her.
So what I'm saying is, the examiner or her physician met with her that night because Kennedy
But
and
he would
Robbie
have
came
had to
down.
given her a shot.
Exactly.
something, yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So something to knock her out, and then that. But they were saying this is the amount of poison that was in here. If she just had 1/10 of it, it would have killed her. They're
had, like,
saying
10 times
she
the
had
amount.
10 times the amount,
Yeah.
and
So
there,
someone
it could have
overkilled.
killed over like 10 or 15 people.
Yeah.
Someone
So-
really wanted her dead.
What, honestly, as much as she had these suicidal acts in her past,
If she was actually
You
going
know,
to commit suicide, she wouldn't have taken
she
that
would slit
amount
her
of
right-
volume.
Yeah,
She would have been out for the count before that
Before she could
volume.
have taken
yeah,
that much.
she would have
Yeah.
taken like.
And
A,
then she like had a handful of just fucking pills and
but here's the thing. I mean,
shoving them down her mouth.
they're saying this amount of
even then, I
poison
don't think you can
was
have that
too
much.
much to handle like at one time too.
Yeah.
You would have died before taking more of it.
They take a couple seconds or a couple minutes
Now-
before it hits.
Now, here's the deal, though. If I was JFK's wife and this woman was lurking in the shadows, I mean, I wouldn't see her as Marilyn Monroe. I would see her as the other woman. And I'd be taking her out back and, pilling her up. So, it could have been the wife.
So
It
supposedly,
probably was the wife.
It probably
She
was.
just never got her hands dirty because
It probably
she
was.
was a Kennedy.
Yeah.
but yeah, so the Kennedys, basically JFK was like, okay, she just fell for my pretty boy act because everyone thinks of us as a prized possession. So obviously she just got too attached.
Was he a really good president or was he a bad president? Because I don't know what kind of president he was.
He left the country in a positive, right? Well, no.
Yeah.
Well, he would died, so obviously.
No, like
No, but
the
like the-
country financially was good. They did go through the missile crisis though,
yeah.
Yeah.
and I think that was during the Cold War when he was president.
He did something really awesome. We just got to figure out what it is. Hold on.
So,
He got shot in the head.
but here's the really wicked thing: the physician that's over Marilyn Monroe, 2 hours after she was announced dead, she came over to check on her because she had a weird feeling, and she decided to come over.
It was totally a cover.
And that's when they found out she was dead. Her lights were on and everything, and she was just passed out in her bed, dead. That's just insane, though. It's like, honestly, she would have mounted to many more expectations, I
She
think.
would have outed JFK.
She would have outed JFK.
That's a liability.
Her whole family. The whole family.
That's a liability.
But I think...
That's a huge liability.
Yeah, because
not
he's the
just
president.
for JFK, but for the country. I mean,
Well, not only that,
you got a president
she even said
exposed like
she was
that.
going to
That's-
expose the mob.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The mob loved her because she was literally doing anything and everything for them as well.
Yeah, well, JFK was known to have ties with
Exactly.
the mob.
So that's why this whole conspiracy is so deep, because they were like, wait, there's actually a good intention for JFK and his family to go and kill her. She did have suicidal acts before, but she was also a huge actor, and she had so much power for a female.
They should
You
have
gotta
kept
realize,
her alive and let it unfold.
you gotta realize, this day and age, this
We
is the
wanna see it.
1950s and 60s, y'all.
Yeah.
Women aren't supposed to have that much power back then, no offense.
Says who?
But that's what I'm saying.
So
They didn't have. So you have this one girl
Yeah.
who takes over Hollywood. By the way, she spent her whole life in Hollywood. Just think of all the stuff she overcame as a kid, though. Like being raped several times for most
that's
of her
rough.
family, never having a father figure, having an insane asylum
Mm-hmm.
mother, like schizophrenic and shit. Like she
Back
overcame
when
a
they
lot
didn't
of shit.
have medication for
She
that.
made millions of dollars. Her profit right now today, off her memorabilia, it makes over $15 million a year. and Marilyn Monroe's stuff like sold in America today.
An auction? Are you
No,
sure?
no.
Did you fact
I'm
check
saying
that?
like, yes, I did fact check it. I'm
Sounds
saying
like you
like
made it up.
posters. I'm saying like.
Well, she would have been worth more if she was living now.
No, well, no, she would be
More.
worth more not
like-
being alive now because.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying stuff she owned. I'm
It's
saying stuff with her name.
posthumous celebrity.
I'm saying stuff with her name on it.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
how
okay.
much shit.
Like
Oh,
her,
you're talking about.
her
Yeah.
name, her brand, so to say.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, that's Marilyn Monroe. I got knee deep into it, and I tried
Okay,
my
but who
best with
killed
it.
her?
I'm thinking, to be honest, I think it was his brother.
JFK's brother?
I think it was JFK's brother.
I think it was the wife, man.
But
think
here's
it's
the thing.
wife.
She's like,
Here's
"You
the thing.
dirty."
Or the whole administration.
No. Here's the thing. I think it was a conspiracy between the brother,
Mm-hmm.
JFK, but the actual person killing them was her physician, the
Oh,
cousin,
Well,
because
you said
he
she
had
was knocked
access.
up,
What?
right? You said she got knocked up by JFK?
No. She got knocked.
Ooh, she could have been pregnant.
No.
And
I
it
don't-
could have not been released
No.
in the medical records.
Yeah, and that's
He
what
could have
JFK
gotten her pregnant because think about this. If she's hormonal, that would explain why she's acting out. Because if she's not
Well,
hormonal,
she acted out because that's how she was.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
No,
she
but at
wanted
the
to
time
out
when she-
everybody.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't she have outed everybody after
Well-
the first, affair?
But I'm just saying, like, the conspiracy
She was
between them
probably
two
having
and
that
the
baby.
physician
She's
combined.
probably knocked up, man. She probably visited the White House glory hole
She
too many
had
times
his
from JFK.
JFK sloppy jalopy all up in her, and she done had that.
Sloppy jalopy. I like that one.
And now she was knocked up with his baby. She was about to out him for that child support.
But
Next
yeah.
thing you know,
I think it was a conspiracy between them three. I don't think JFK could have did it himself because
he's the president,
You
man.
know,
He
he's
has
the president.
connections. He doesn't have to
I
do
don't
it.
think Robbie Kennedy could have even done it himself because he would have had access to go up to her
Dude, it's the
when
wife.
no one else
Just
around.
Put two and two together.
No. I
She's
think it was
knocked
the
up.
physician because
No.
she sees the,
The
physician
wife
for the
paid
pills and
physician.
everything.
here's the deal.
Because think about it.
Was
Plus,
JFK even
Jackie
married?
Kennedy was a little cuckoo.
Was JFK even
JFK
married?
was a dog, bro.
I'm just saying, was he married? I know Robbie Kennedy.
He got
Jackie
her
Kennedy,
pregnant.
yeah.
That's
He
the
knocked her
conspiracy.
up.
He got her
Think
pregnant.
about it. He knocked her up.
That's
and he's
the
like,
only
oh,
reason
shit.
why
Like,
she
what am I
would
gonna
out
do?
him. Because
Jackie finds out.
Exactly. Dum, dum,
And
dum.
Jackie's like, oh, no, you better take care of
need
this
some
shit.
music
'cause
for
if-
this. We need some
'cause if that
music
bitch
behind
comes
this
out with the baby, I mean, it's over.
Exactly. And
But-
that's the only reason why she would out him. Because think about it. She already had money. She already had fame. She was independent.
Everyone
But-
knew she was fucking the president.
So honestly,
Here's the deal. And then she gets pregnant. And then all of a sudden she wants him to step up and be the baby daddy. And he can't because he's the president.
well, not only that, but exploiting the whole Kennedy family.
But there was
you know?
no reason for her to exploit them. They had probably been sleeping
yeah.
together for a
Well,
while.
She was going to exploit them because the way she treated her. They made her look like a crazy dumbass.
Yeah, because she got pregnant.
She got knocked up. All the signs saying she got
Yeah.
knocked up, man.
But
We've seen
Like, if
it.
she would have keyed the presidential car, it would have been for sure she got
So-
knocked
Yeah.
up.
And she
So,
probably did. They probably
we-
went out there and
Right.
painted it.
do we all agree she did not commit suicide?
No, we agree.
We
she
agree.
got knocked up.
We
Jackie
agree that she got
jealous.
pregnant, and that's why she wanted to out them.
And she was killed by them.
Yes,
Yeah, by
by
Jackie.
either the administrator
Jackie
or
did it.
the
No,
It
Jackie
had to
did it.
definitely
The
be
wife.
the physician.
The
physician
wife.
was able to get close to her. So definitely.
I believe Jackie did it.
Well,
No
guys,
doubt about it.
I think we closed one case for tonight.
Boom.
Guys, we're answering conspiracies tonight, and that's one shut down.
We actually figured out a conspiracy. Holy shit. All right.
Okay.
My turn?
And I hope you definitely got the amount of research I did.
Okay,
I
okay.
think you did.
Okay, I got a few names. I'm going to tie them all together in a bit. Okay.
Okay.
I got Putin,
Putin.
Robert Kraft.
Okay.
Wait, the first one was Putin.
Putin?
Are you talking about Vladimir?
Yeah.
Vladimir.
Robert Kraft.
He loves the Le Mont Vivant.
Yeah. Robert Kraft, Nikolai Tesla,
Oh, wow.
and Donald Trump.
Okay.
Dum, dum, dum.
Okay. So there's this crazy conspiracy. I saw it on Twitter one time and I was like, oh, I gotta look more into this. That's why I got really excited when you said conspiracies. Okay. So there's this conspiracy that Donald Trump, the reason he's president is because he was a time traveler and he knew he would become president.
Okay.
All right, you've seen those quotes from like back in the day when he's like, if I were to run
Back
for
in
president,
95.
I would run as a Republican because they're a bunch of idiots and they'll
Yeah.
vote for me and whatever. He became president, right? Ran as a Republican.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the story. Well, I'm gonna give you a couple parts of the story and then tie it all together.
Okay.
Okay. One, Nikola Tesla. Do you know who he is? Do you know what he did?
A little bit.
He was a.
I would love the education.
Okay, so Nikola Tesla was an inventor, right? Back in the day, like I think in the 1800s, if I am correct. I forgot the dates, but so he was an inventor. He created stuff that eventually led to the microwave, to the.
So he would have made the time machine.
Hold on. So
You're jumping ahead.
He invented,
Sorry.
he
I did that
invented
with
stuff like
Monroe,
the
my bad.
microwave. He invented the generator, the Tesla generator.
Okay.
He invented the Tesla coil, which is kind of like what the DeLorean had. You know, the flux capacitor. That's based off the Tesla coil. He was a really smart guy. He actually invented the Bluetooth
I'm feeling
technology.
this music, dude.
Like
Wait, the DeLorean. Why does that sound familiar?
Back to the Future.
Oh yeah, my boss's husband loves that
The
car.
car the part that
Yeah.
actually runs the car and makes it time travel. The flux capacitor.
That's what he did.
It's based on the Tesla coil.
And do you
Oh.
know what the flux capacitor is actually?
No, of course I don't
It
know
actually
that.
generates enough power for you to break the.
You're
break the
asking
time.
me questions after I just had this strawberry
Yeah. Okay.
blonde Southern Star beer. So no, I don't
Okay.
know.
So Nikola Tesla was an inventor, very famous. He invented a lot of stuff like he found the radio frequency, Bluetooth technology. He's the reason we have Bluetooth, wireless charging, and all that other fun stuff. Like he was a genius.
All the way back in the 1800s.
All the way back in the 1800s, he was inventing generators. He's actually the person who discovered how to harness energy. It wasn't Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
But because he worked for the Edison company, Edison took credit for all his inventions that led to the light bulb. How to
That's
harness.
so fucked up.
Yeah. So this guy was a crazy good.
They have a movie coming out about that though, like about the Thomas Edison and all of that.
So Thomas Edison, he wasn't as smart as he claims to be. He actually stole a lot of people's ideas.
Inventions?
Yeah, he had them work for him, and he would steal and patent their inventions as his own, so they
Hey.
couldn't make money off of it. So like Nikola Tesla.
By the way, he's also a Freemason.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that later.
So Nikola Tesla, he died a poor man
Okay.
at the age of, I think he was 80 when he died.
That's pretty old for back then.
Yeah. Okay, so when he died, Donald Trump's uncle, his name is Dr. John George Trump.
Wow.
John George Trump, he was a scientist for MIT during World War II.
Okay.
Okay, y'all know what MIT is?
This is kind of explaining the Russian conspiracy that everybody.
Hold on.
This is going to explain a lot of stuff,
Hold
okay?
on. You gotta wait for the story to run around.
So he was a doctor and scientist at MIT, and he studied radiology. Like
Okay.
he invented radar. He was part of the people that invented X-rays and stuff like that. Like that's what they studied. That was his expertise, on top of nuclear bombs, and what else was it? X-rays, nuclear bombs, and radar. That was like his main gist. That's what he mainly studied. Well, when Nikola Tesla died, the FBI, out of fear that Nikola Tesla had... So, hold on. So, Nikola Tesla, like, when he died, out of fear, the FBI confiscated his estate, because he died in New York. So, they confiscated his condo that he lived in, and all his research. Because they were scared that during World War II, he had claimed he invented the death ray. Like, there's actual claims and there's actual paperwork.
What would the death ray be?
It was literally what it sounds like, a particle beam that could kill people.
Oh.
Like,
I was thinking like a ray of light
Like
that
a
would just
plasma
like a
gun
big
that would
flash
kill
that would
someone.
just.
Yeah, like, you ever watch Star Wars? You know how the Death Star
Yeah.
shoots the death ray and it blows up the planet?
It would be like
Okay.
it would be like the
It'd be
Men
like
in
that.
Black, except for instead of erasing your memory, it would erase your face.
No, it would kill you. It's the
Exactly,
best.
same
the
thing.
Best way to
It'll
explain
eliminate you.
Best way to explain it is how the Death Star blows up the planets in Star Wars.
Okay.
They shoot that beam,
Yeah.
the particle beam, and it blows them up. Same idea, but on a lot smaller scale.
Okay.
Okay, so the FBI, when they heard that, out of fear, they confiscated all his stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And they started going through it, and they found a bunch of stuff where it was just like scribbles, a bunch of like weird notes. So they hired John G. Trump to
Okay.
come in and do research and try to figure out what these inventions were, and to see if he can find the key to the death ray.
Okay.
Right? So after years of investigating this stuff, he came up with nothing. Like he didn't understand what Nikola Tesla had written. But he decided to keep a couple stuff. So he kept some papers. He kept an alarm clock, a ring, and a coin. Right? Okay. So that's Nikola Tesla's part.
Okay.
Right?
Got it.
Okay.
We're getting
He's
this.
dead.
Okay, so
Okay.
the first person was the DeLorean.
Was Nikola Tesla
Right, he had the DeLorean.
and Dr. John G. Trump. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Trump's uncle.
Got it.
Guy
Okay.
from MIT.
Now we're gonna go further back into the area where Nikola Tesla was actually alive. Okay. So when Nikola Tesla was alive, I think he was actually before he was born in the 1800s. There's a writer. His name was Ingersoll Lockwood. Okay.
Okay.
He wrote 3 books. He wrote 2 children's novels that were called Baron Trump's Mysterious Underground Adventures.
Okay.
Okay. Weird thing there is Baron is actually Donald Trump's youngest son. His name is Baron.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay. In the book, on the cover, the picture of the kid that goes by Trump looks just like Baron.
Okay.
Like if you ever look up the book, you'll
Yeah.
see they look exactly alike. Okay. In the book, it talks about that he's actually his name is Baron Trump, but his actual name isn't Baron. He's a Baron. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like he's like a duke, right?
Okay, yeah, I gotcha.
Trump.
I gotcha.
He stays in a castle called Trump Castle. Okay.
Okay.
Like Trump has Trump Tower.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna tie all this in together. Okay. He stays in a castle called Trump Castle in the story, right?
Yeah.
His mom is Russian, and his mentor is a guy named the Don.
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of like his dad
His
would
dad
be. Yeah.
is Donald Trump, and he goes by the Don, right? In the series of the books, he goes on these crazy adventures and whatnot, and well, like he's in the book, it talks about weird stuff that's weirdly coincidental. Just like the kid in the book looked just like Baron Trump and whatnot. But in the last book that Ingersoll Lockwood wrote in that series, that's called The Last President, 1900. In The Last President, it states that Baron Trump lived in a hotel in New York on 5th Avenue. Trump Tower is located at 725 5th Avenue, right?
Yeah.
Weird coincidence.
Okay.
In that story, there's a guy who runs for political office who's a famous person, but it shouldn't be a politician. And he wins. Okay?
Okay.
Just like Donald Trump
The
won.
book was written before
In the
it happened.
1800s.
Okay,
It
keep
knew
going.
the
Drop tune in there.
Okay. Okay, it's getting more interesting, right?
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Listening.
In that book, it says that after he wins, the left and the right split completely apart, and a bunch of uprising happens.
Okay.
Now, remember when we talked about South America?
Yeah.
How like things are going to shit. The socialists and the
yeah.
Republicans are just like clashing.
Yeah.
Exactly how the book wrote it. Okay. Let's see. We got the Trump Tower.
Putin.
Okay, hold on. We're not at Putin yet.
We're not at Putin.
We're not at Putin yet. In the book, okay.
That is a hilarious last name, Putin.
I know.
It's fun to say.
We're not at Putin.
Well,
yet.
it's like Canadian gravy, poutine.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's like Putang. We're not at
Exactly.
Putang yet.
Exactly.
He'd be like, shut up, my name is Vladimir.
So, in the book, not only does the guy who won presidency, he wasn't a politician, wasn't supposed to win. People got pissed off. He chose his vice president to be the Minister of Agriculture or Secretary of Agriculture, and his last name was Pence.
Arrested.
His last name was Pence, like his VP in the book.
Oh, wow.
Spelled exactly like Mike Pence's last name.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I missed that. Wait,
Okay.
who's Pence?
That's the vice
Mike
president
Pence
right
is
now.
a vice president.
Oh
right
my
now.
goodness, see?
In the book, he chose.
I need to know more.
In the book, the guy who won presidency chose the the Secretary of Agriculture, whose last name was Pence.
When
to be
was
his
this
VP.
book really written?
In the 1800s.
Like, did they talk all 1800s in the book?
It was written in 1880.
But you can tell the language of the 1800 people is not the
No,
language.
like these are archived books in U.S. history.
But when you read a passage from the book, is it like 1800?
It's 1800s. Like,
okay, it's legit.
like this book's legit. If you look up the Congressional Library,
Well,
it's
they
in there.
say they say our future's already written. Like they already have plans for the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like rewritten future.
But
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like these books are in the
Like
Congressional
there's like
Library.
a secret government that comes together and they plot.
Like the Freemasons.
Well, are we getting into this right now?
No,
Because
no.
what I'm
Let's
saying
finish
is-
what Danny's
That's
saying.
what I'm saying. Go ahead and finish it so I can give my input real quick.
But we have to do the Christmas conspiracy in
okay.
between.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get in
we're
between
gonna
there.
get in
Calm
there.
down.
Okay.
We got to do this Christmas conspiracy.
Well, not right now.
Okay, so we talked about
Let's
the book.
finish this.
We
Yeah.
talked about Nikola
Right.
Tesla. Okay, I want to tell you some fun facts about Donald Trump. You ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay, Donald Trump's dad's middle name is Christ.
Okay.
His dad's name is Fred Christ Trump.
Okay.
His mother, now these are just weird facts that are coincidences, all right?
Okay.
His mom, her first name is Mary.
No way.
Yeah, her name is Mary
I gotta
Ann
see it on the
McLeod
birth
Trump.
certificate.
So his dad's name is Fred Christ Trump, and his mom's name is Mary Ann McLeod Trump.
Look, we all know that he's not. The
He was
chosen
born
son.
on June 14th, 1946, during a lunar eclipse.
Okay.
Wait, what's the significance
June
of that?
14th, 1946 to 1776.
Yeah.
Wait.
Think about June 14th, 1776. What happened?
Nothing.
No,
Okay. Now,
nothing happened.
nothing. It was just a weird fact. Like I said, there were weird facts that were
He's trying
just...
to test me. I don't know.
Yeah.
You took history. I don't know.
1776 is when the Constitution was written.
There you go. No.
Okay, now...
But I don't know if it was on June 14th.
Now I'm gonna bring in Robert Kraft and I'll tie it all in together.
Okay, we're ready for it.
Okay, Robert Kraft, do y'all know who Robert Kraft is?
Yes.
Who is he?
He's the owner of the Patriots.
Okay, have the Patriots ever won a Super Bowl while he
Yes.
was
All
on
the
there?
time,
Yes.
they always win.
When did he go back to back?
When Donald
04,
Trump was
05?
probably paying.
Hold on.
for it.
04, 05?
04, I think it was 06, 05.
Okay.
05, 06.
05, 06.
Okay, so y'all know Donald Trump and Robert Kraft are really good friends, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Dana White,
And Dana White, yeah.
Who's
Okay,
Dana White?
owner of the UFC.
okay. So y'all know Robert Kraft has also met with Putin a couple times,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So remember that I told you when when John G. Trump, Dr. John G. Trump, he did all the studies and everything about Nikola Tesla. He kept
Yeah.
what? Did you
Kept the ring,
a ring,
a gold coin,
a gold coin,
and
an alarm clock?
Alarm clock, yeah.
Okay. So here's a story.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Here's the story.
I know where you're going with this.
We're about to have our minds
Okay.
blown.
So the story is back in what was it? 04. Donald Trump was depressed, stuck at Trump Tower, going through bankruptcy.
Yes.
Right? He filed for bankruptcy in 04.
He's fallen bankrupt 3 times.
4 times. That was the
Okay,
fourth time.
4 times, yeah.
Yeah, so he's sitting there depressed, watching TV, and he remembers that his uncle, his nuclear uncle that he loves to talk about, recently he talks a lot about him about the nuclear war and all that, and how his uncle was a nuclear scientist. Okay? He remembers that his uncle left him a box of stuff when he passed away.
Yeah.
In that box, he had a notebook with some ripped out pages that belonged to Nikola Tesla.
Okay.
He had an alarm clock, a ring, and a gold coin.
Okay.
Okay? You following me?
Yeah.
Okay. So while he's sitting there, he's looking at these pictures because they're all scribbles and scrabbles. He's watching Back to the Future 2. He sees the DeLorean travel in time, picks up the ring, and realizes that some of the markings on the ring look awfully similar to the markings in the notebook.
Okay.
And the markings in the notebook show the ring and an alarm clock. Somehow, it shows the ring, the guy wearing a ring, and an alarm clock, and the guy moving the alarm clock
Counterclockwise, or
He's just moving it. He's moving it.
Is there a
Okay.
chant involved?
No chant.
Okay.
And the gold coin actually was just to throw you off.
Oh, okay.
So Donald Trump puts on the ring.
Well, the gold coin would actually tell you the time and the date. Like,
But that would be the alarm clock.
Donald Trump puts on the ring, throws a gold coin in his pocket, grabs the alarm clock, starts playing with it, sets it down, lets it go. The alarm rings. He time travels. Goes back to the 1800s. Meets with Nikola Tesla. And then he's just confused, right? So Nikola Tesla explains to him what the ring, the alarm clock, and the gold coin do. So he travels back to his present time. And he figures he's in debt. He owes a lot of money. He's going bankrupt. He's close to losing Trump Tower. He's fat. He's depressed.
Yeah.
Then he remembers his buddy Robert Kraft owns the Patriots. So he decides to go forward in time to see what his future looked like. When he goes forward in time, he sees that the Patriots
Won the Super Bowl.
won the Super Bowl in 2005.
Okay.
Okay. So he starts thinking to himself, well, I'm broke, going through bankruptcy, I got nothing to lose. Goes back in time, tells Robert Kraft what he did, that he time traveled, and he tells him, you're going to win the Super Bowl. Let's put all this money, or whatever lump sum, for you guys winning the Super Bowl. I'm going to bet this. Puts the bet, they win, right?
Yeah.
Makes a crazy amount of money. He's like, you know what? This was so good. Let me go forward another year and see what next year has to bring. He sees the Patriots win again.
Yeah.
So he grabs the money he won, bets it again, wins again, makes so much money that he's out of debt. Right?
Okay.
And he's out of debt. He's still in Trump Tower, and he's just chilling. He's good, you know. He has really no aspirations. So he gets curious as to what his future holds. Time travels forward and sees that he will become president. But he sees that he doesn't want to be president. So he comes back in time. He tells Robert Kraft, hey, you know, this is going to happen. I'm going to be president. Ride with me. He's like, and then Robert Kraft gets real curious and like, hey, can I time travel? And Trump tells him, well, yeah, but you need this, and that. So he hooks him up, lets him borrow it. Robert Kraft goes in the future, sees he wins another Super Bowl. He gets excited, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward to modern time. Trump wins the presidency. Robert Kraft is going to the Super Bowl. He knows he's going to win. And he has a meeting with Russia. I don't remember why he met with Russia, to be honest. But he goes...
That was the part I was like really into.
He goes to Russia. And he gets there and he's like meeting with Putin and all these politicians. And Vladimir Putin sees the ring on his finger. And he sparks curiosity. But it wasn't a curiosity. He knew what it was due to old notebooks that Russia owns.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, yeah, because the notebooks came from...
Well, Nikola Tesla was of Russian descent.
Right.
Like some country of Russian descent.
So all the symbols and stuff,
back
you would probably
then,
recognize them too.
Like their government would... Because I know a little bit about the Russian government. But back then, the Russian government would, you know, they would pay the scientists. They would... And then they would take they would have a copy of their workings and things like that.
Exactly.
Same thing. That's why Russia did so well in the space program.
And the Cold War. Yeah. Okay. So he sees the ring and he's like, he knows exactly what that ring is. Mm-hmm. So he asks Robert Kraft, hey, can I see that ring? It looks really cool. Robert Kraft, being the man he is, he's like, oh yeah, this is an awesome ring. You know, my buddy let me borrow it. But here, you can look at it. So he takes it off, shows it to Putin. Putin grabs it. He's looking at it, slides it on his finger, has his bodyguards walking between him and Robert Kraft. And he walks away.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So Robert Kraft is stuck in time?
No,
it's present day.
It's present day.
It's present day.
But Vladimir Putin now has the ring.
Y'all ever realize how Trump is always kissing Vladimir Putin's ass?
Yeah.
And how Deflategate happened?
Yeah.
theory is Putin went back in time, and he's the one that flattened the balls, causing the Patriots to go through the whole Deflategate thing and almost lose their championships. He paid someone to go release the air out the balls.
What?
It was already destined that the Patriots were going to win.
Yeah.
But he rigged it so they would, to send Trump a message.
Chances.
Yeah. To send Trump a message. So Trump knows Putin has a ring. And that's why you always see on the news, like Trump will be like, oh, fuck the Russians, this and that. And then the next day he'll be like, oh, you know what? The Russians aren't that bad. We need to work with them. They're great people. This and that. Now, here's the crazy part. It is known that the Trumps and the Russian mob and the Russian government, they've always worked together since time began, damn near.
Yeah.
So is it possible that Trump's also deep in with the Russian mob?
Okay.
They're the Russian banks are the people who actually fund the Trumps.
You ready to conspire?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so my thoughts on this. When you told me at first about the whole time travel with Trump, I'm like, okay, dude, I don't know what kind of bullshit you're getting into.
Also, The Simpsons predicted a lot of Trump's presidency.
The Simpsons have definitely. I've seen the whole Pat McAfee thing. Like, he gives the best whole spill about it ever. Okay. It's believable. Definitely believable. The part that's kind of iffy is definitely Putin flattening the footballs. Just because it's like, out of anything you could go back in time and do, or forward in time and do, I don't think that's something.
Well, the future was set. Remember that.
Yeah. So this is also another thing. That means you doing something preventative won't really change the future.
It'll just send a message.
He
It'll send a
didn't
message.
Prevent it. He sent a message to Trump saying, "Hey,
to let him know
what?
I got the ring too, so you
Because
can't mess it up."
Who else would have known
that
Trump made so much money off of it?
But like,
he would have had to see
I'm just
it.
saying, like, so you're 100% behind this.
Hell yeah, dude! Trump's a fucking time traveler.
I don't know.
Just look at
like, I understand all the facts, and I
look at old quotes.
I have a fun fact about Trump.
I also think,
Trump's a winner for a reason.
It's a long ball,
he
but
he was
it
gonna
could
win.
be a huge coincidence too.
Also, the books are going to be huge coincidences. That the book states a fucking massive hotel on Fifth Avenue, and that's exactly what Donald Trump.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I do want to see the writings of these books, just because I want to.
They're in the Congressional Library. They're actual.
Oh, wow.
They're
I've always wanted
books.
to go, like, National Treasure that shit. Like,
Yeah,
I wanted.
No, these are actual books. Because, like, when I saw this at first, I was like, oh, this is a bunch of bullshit. Like, I was super close-minded.
Did they let regular people into the Congressional Library?
Yeah, anyone
but
can
you
go,
can look them up online. You can look up the books online that they have.
I know, but to see it in person would be so cool.
Yeah, it would be.
But
they're like children's novels.
I'm just saying, like
yeah, but they would have. Now that is hitting on something. But because people do leave messages in books.
Yeah.
That way other people can read them, and then they put it together.
I'm just like so set that like
Trump does have a close connection with the Russians, and
He is super close. But if you look back,
it makes
into
a lot of sense. It's just
even
like
his dad had crazy ties with the Russians,
and
like the Russians fund a lot of their business.
I have a fun fact about Trump, though.
So you're saying, hold on, before you get into this, and you're saying specifically in like 04, 05, that's when he started time traveling?
Huh?
When he was going bankrupt.
Trump? When he was going bankrupt, yeah.
Because that's my whole thing. That was like something I was going to ask you is like, well, how? So he actually put all this money on the Patriots to win?
Yeah.
Like we could look back and see that?
Yeah.
Damn. Like
there were actual gambles he made. He knew he colluded with Robert Kraft. Because Robert Kraft betted on the team too. You don't remember Robert Kraft got in trouble for that?
Yeah, I
for betting on his team.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't want to believe this.
It's just
really believable.
Donald Trump is a lot smarter than what people think.
There's way too many fucking coincidences.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like never been a fan of time travel. Like, I've
Neither
never.
have I always say time travel is a bunch of bullshit.
Okay.
But I have researched Nikola Tesla because when we were in high school,
I knew about him because
Yeah.
he created most of the stuff you use for welding too.
dude, wireless charging. He
Yeah.
created that like way back in the day. It wasn't.
They didn't have all the
What were you
technology.
gonna say about Trump though?
Okay, so Trump is actually smarter than what people think. I
yeah.
learned this because one of the things he does, and people say this all the time, he always repeats himself. He says it over and over again, the same thing. Like, we're going to build the wall, we're going to build the wall. But he says it over and over and again. So what it is he's doing cognitive behavior. It's a cognitive behavior skill. So what he's doing
remembers.
is it takes 3 months for a person to change their habits. If you tell yourself every single day something's going to happen, and you have like a negative output, like if you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to work out, eventually you'll start working out. And then in 3 months, you'll be like, okay, yeah, now I'm going to work out. He's telling you what he's going to do before he does it, and he's saying it over and over again so that when it happens, people will be used to it. And it's something that he actually learned. He used to go to this church when he was growing up, and that is one of their teachings is it's cognitive behavior and the power of positivity, and it's in a book that I'm actually reading.
Okay, Brittany.
So,
Conspiracy though. Do you believe in this time travel?
I believe.
Do you believe he could have time traveled? I believe he did.
I mean,
I don't know.
I see way too many coincidences.
I mean, I feel like when you are conspiracying, you've got to go all in, because I feel like if you're a part of the conspiracy, which we are now.
But see, yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is, like,
I'm just saying.
Do you believe this actually happened? Like,
I think there's too many ducks that lined up in a row.
I believe you believe. No, I think it's a cool theory, though. I like the theory.
I definitely like the theory behind it.
That's a badass theory. It's
it
so
would be
deep
something,
though. Like I barely scratched the surface.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I believe that things were put into effect a long time ago to where he is president now. That there was things done.
But there's things like, so in the book it even says that the guy who runs for president, he runs for president as a joke. He never wants to be president, and he wins. Same fucking thing happened with Trump.
Now I would have to see that book in person. I really would.
I would like to read this book, honestly.
You can actually listen to the audiobook, or you can buy it on Amazon. It's on Amazon. I looked it up. It's $2.99.
What? $299?
$2.99.
But it's also
what is
the
it
writings
called?
are in the Congressional Library.
There's 3 books. Yeah, it's in the Congressional National Library.
Okay, well that's
so
cool
you
too.
have Barron Trump's marvelous underground journey. You have Trump. You have Travels and Adventures of Little Baron Trump and his wonderful dog Bulger. And then the other one, the one that has the most coincidences, is called The Last President, and then in parentheses is 1900.
Okay.
I think it would be cool.
And they're all written by
Topic
Ingersoll
research.
Lockwood.
Okay, so what I want to do, I want to go ahead and do this. Let's bookmark this theory, conspiracy theory. I know you're all in on this.
Yeah, I did a bunch of research on it. Of
I'm
course I'm all
perfectly
in.
honest. I'm like 50-50.
Yeah.
Because I was 100% against all this before it started.
I'm 60-40.
60-40?
I
60
really-
no or 60
Well,
yes?
I'm 60-40 where it could be like 50-50, but
You don't want to be 50-50?
but I don't want to be 50-50, so I'm going to be 60-40. Like, I want to do a little bit more research and come
That's what
back
I'm
to
saying.
it.
Do the
Let's-
research.
well,
There's a lot of
And I want to
information.
find that ring because I love traveling. Woohoo.
Right.
Okay, here's the thing. I want to bookmark this. Next time we do a conspiracy theory, let's go deep all together in it.
How many Friday the 13th are there in a year?
There's 2 every year.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
We're going to hold you
in
to
about
it.
6 months.
Well, no, it could be 6 months. It could be 4 months. I don't know. But what I'm saying, especially with leap year, you never know.
Bookmark. Like,
I'm just saying.
I need to make a note in my notebook every day.
No, I'm just saying. Like, let's bookmark this.
Okay.
Because I definitely want to get into it, but I definitely need to I believe your proof, but I needed more proof. On this, just because. And I understand that there's a lot of coincidences and stuff, but stuff like the Simpsons stuff. How did he time travel? He didn't have a ring.
But see, here's...
and then are you saying that there's multiple ways of time traveling?
I'm sure there is.
I mean, it's just like.
I mean, think about it.
Why
would the government?
Could there just be a difference?
Here's another thing.
Could there just be a difference in someone time traveling and seeing the future?
Hold on. Here's another thing.
You know?
So the FBI released some of the papers back to Nikola Tesla's nephew because he was supposed to inherit it, right?
Yeah.
But I think it was 900 and something papers. He only got 285 back. Last year in 2018, they released another 300, and this year they released another 295.
Why would they release it? So they can do it again. They can go back.
No, they're looking all through it.
They've already gone through it.
Yeah.
It's stuff they already deemed safe to just release because it was nonsensical stuff.
Yeah.
It's stuff that can affect them in war.
And now I really want to know, like, what's Putin's plan with this shit? Like, is he... Because you can't really change the future as shown.
As shown, yeah.
But...
Like, it's already set. I guess all you can do is tamper with it and kind of set obstacles.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So, I'm still 60-40.
I'm really 50-50, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair... I was 100% no on this.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why you're wasting time on this.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many other conspiracies out
like
there.
the story,
that
though. I think the story's so
honestly,
cool.
It's compelling,
honestly,
That's what makes me go 60-40.
It's like really putting it out there. I guarantee you, anyone listening to this, and please leave a comment on your thoughts about this specific conspiracy. Yeah, give us your thoughts on all the conspiracies we talk about. But like, if you're 100% no, I want to know why. If you're 100% yes,
I want to know why.
I want to know why as well.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, because I really want to believe it. I really do. There's so much against me believing in time travel.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way I can believe in that kind of thing.
I think time in general is a very interesting thing.
I just think
like
because
how the
so...
Aztecs and the Mayans have their calendar that predicted them the world.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, but like, you know, if you think back years ago, like, I didn't even listen to podcasts 4 years ago, okay? And now we host a podcast. Not only that, you know, I never drank alcohol before I was 18. Got heavy into drinking beer and craft beer after that. I'm just saying, there's so many things I feel like can change in your future.
Yeah.
I don't think it's always set in stone.
Right.
I'm not for the theory that it's set in stone.
The future is forever changing.
And I understand the stars tell a lot about the future and stuff, but I just don't. I don't know.
I just find
man.
it crazy because, you know, like the Simpsons thing, they've predicted a lot of things that we're gonna.
They have, yes.
The Aztecs and the
Yeah,
Mayans.
but sometimes here's the deal. Sometimes the government will leak things, and then they'll put it in television programming so that we're subjected to it.
Yeah.
No, well, so that we're subjected to it, and then that way they can kind of get our ideas about it, how we feel about it, and things like that, and it gets us used to it before that change happens.
No, it's like that theory where whatever you see in movies, whatever technology you see in movies already exists.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar said that in the Joe Rogan podcast.
But you can't get too crazy in it because it will make you lose your mind.
But think about it. How did someone come up with this?
Well, here's the thing.
Stephen
Hawking did the best experiment. He was like...
Wasn't Stephen Hawking an atheist too?
Okay, I'm
I think
just
he
saying.
was.
Stephen Hawking had the best experiment. He was
Maybe
like,
not.
I'm celebrating my birthday yesterday.
I gotta Google that.
He threw a party, never told anyone about it, and then the next day he's like, I'm throwing my party yesterday. Anyone that is a time traveler come through, and no one showed up for his party. But, I mean...
That's maybe because no one liked him. I mean, come on now.
But, like, honestly...
Are you sure? Stephen Hawking was the guy in the wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
Would you go to his birthday party?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Dude.
He was a brilliant mind.
He would have some hot-ass chicks there, that's why.
What?
You think so? He's a dude in a
between
wheelchair
that-
that's crippled, bro. You're like, he can't even move his neck.
Do you know how much money he has?
I mean, he has some pretty
Motherfucker
good
has
finger
so
action,
much
though.
money.
Because he had
He has so much money. I don't think he can move his fingers.
He was he was an English theoretical physicist,
Sound it out.
He was
Sound
into
it
the
out.
cosmos.
Yeah, cosmetologist.
Really? Coming from somebody who said kindness earlier when it was kindness.
Kindness?
That wasn't me.
He
That was
also
him.
said intention instead of attention.
Oh, always.
Yeah. No, but he was really a really smart guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he believed in the cosmos.
But he was like
and all
stuck
that.
in his wheelchair. Like I said, the only thing he could use was his fingers on his right hand.
I don't think he can move his
But
fingers.
he was
could
a brilliant mind.
He did. That's how he would type and how he would move his wheelchair.
See, I always did. I thought he did it with his
But
monitor
he
or
was
some
like
shit.
he was like head sideways, drooling out his mouth.
I just think
His
okay,
computer would talk.
but not
for
only
him.
that, but it's like I just think there's too many variables. You know,
Do you ever wonder?
I'm saying there's a lot of coincidences, and I like it. And like I said, I would need to come back after doing more research, and then
Are you actually going to research it?
He's gonna forget about it.
well, no, like I would honestly
day
research
before.
this because I'm interested. When I'm interested in something, I research the fuck out of it. That's true. Marilyn Monroe, I went all
Oh,
deep
I
in
bet
that.
you did.
I bet
I
you
went
did.
deep in that. Okay. Are y'all ready for the third conspiracy today?
Hold on.
You want to do your Santa one?
I do want to do my Christmas conspiracy. It's super important, but I want it to go at the end.
Okay.
Because I feel like what you're going to do kind of ties into what he's talking about. And I think I've already
Kinda,
thrown...
yeah.
It's kind of weird how we play how this
and
played
then
out.
I've already thrown in how the government will leak things through,
Television or
program,
Okay.
television, things like that.
Before I get into my whole spectacle,
Spadackle, that was made up.
okay, obviously.
That-
Oh shit! I forgot to press record.
Oh, this sucks. Okay. Brittany,
Yes.
do you know anything about the Freemasons?
Once you start talking about it, I'll know a whole lot.
Do you know anything right now?
You have to refresh my memory.
Okay, what do you think about when you hear Freemasons?
Weren't they a secret government society that is supposed to basically they do everything behind closed doors, and then they, sometimes they'll leak out stuff, or they communicate with each other secretly, and then they're responsible for all the things happening, and then people think it's the government, but it's not really the government, it's these people telling the government what to do, something like that.
Danny,
Me?
what are your thoughts on the Freemasons?
Okay, so Freemasons,
Break it down how you think it is.
Okay, they're a secret society for sure.
Okay.
They
Super
are
secret.
very secrecy is very important to them. But the original Freemasons, out of what I've read, were rich white men.
They were actually the founding fathers of our government, I believe.
Yes and no. Yes and no. There was a few of them that were, but not all of them. But they
8
were
to be exact.
yeah.
8 out of 33.
Yeah, okay. But there were the originals were rich white men that were like a fraternity of people. And their society, their goal was to put people in power that were destined to do the job properly. They were also there to help the disenfranchised. There's more to it that I had read. Hold on.
It has to do with the
this
way
beer's like jogging
it
my-
has to do with the way we think about society. Like
No. So they always get tied in with the Illuminati and all this other
No,
bullshit.
I'm not talking
but
about that,
They're
but-
far from that because people think, oh, these are the people behind closed doors that are doing all this stuff to control the world, which is not necessarily true. But their main goal is to not create a perfect society, but to kind of establish power in a society and make people that are the right people for the right job that will take care of their communities and empower other people, right?
Okay.
I know I'm close, but I'm off.
You're pretty close about some of it and way off on some other parts. Okay. So I sat down and interviewed someone that is a Freemason.
Wait, before we get into this, can we take a pause?
Yeah.
I drank too much beer and I had to pee.
Same here. Okay, so going back to what both of y'all were saying, the guy I sat down with, who's gonna remain anonymous for specific reasons, he did share what he could with me. And let me tell you this first off. Most of the stuff you see on YouTube or you read online, don't believe half of it. Like, half of the shit's bullshit. Goats, they're not a thing anymore, okay? They haven't been a thing for the last 150, 200 years.
Wait,
The
what
whole drinking goat blood and stuff like that, that's not a thing that you need to do to be initialized. First of all, there's lodges located everywhere in the U.S. and all over the world, actually. It started 300 years ago in England. That's where your first masonry was started. Now, before the 300 years ago, there has been known to have secret fraternities within a group of guys that actually built the Stonehenge, like the actual castles and stuff.
Okay.
It wasn't the people inside the castles, it was the people building it.
But one's doing the masonry.
Exactly. The masonry is actually a piece of stone figured out and roughed or finished, and when a stone can become a nice piece of marble from a nice rough rock. So basically, the whole thing about a masonry is you're supposed to take a rough rock and fit it into what it needs to be specific and perfection. A few things masonries do not discuss in meetings are politics and religion. They leave that at the door. They ask you when you are initiated, what is your beliefs? If you're an atheist, most people will say they're for the Bible. Other Jewish, you could say you come from the Jewish. Or, Catholics or Christians will use the Bible. And that's what you're promised in on. They'll give you a Bible, you place your hand on it, and that's how you're initiated. So they use your religious belief because that's something you believe in. And you're not going to put a belief in a lie. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so usually if you're a Catholic or a Christian, they'll say we need permission. Like, you might want to talk to your church before joining. Now, it used to be up to about 5 or 6 years ago that you have to be invited in within. So you need someone inside the group to be a part of the group because they need to know that they could trust you and you won't say any of the secrets or handshakes or any of the code words to each other, like outside the group. And the guy I met with, he wasn't able to show me any of those things. But
question:
what?
Did he tell you how many code words there are?
I have another
Not
question.
specific because it depends what level you are as well. There's the higher. Yes, there's actually 30 different levels.
There's
all the way
hierarchy
from like
within the masonry.
Master Masonry, which I guess the youngest guy is in New York. I think he's 25 years old. He's in Master Masonry. Now, you could tell people, or a lot of people wear the clothing or wear the ring or have something on their car. A lot of people won't say they're from there just because they don't like to give out with that. Now, I will say the reason why it's such a secret fraternity is because you either are an outsider or you're someone who's really popular with a lot of people, but you feel safer having a whole group of guys. You got to understand, these group of guys, if you're in a fight, they are your family. But not only that, you not only have your family at your house, but this is a separate house that they've accepted you, they trust you, they share you all their secrets, and they can share with you. It's oftentimes that generation to generation, you'll carry the masonry to the next generation. Now, the thing is, for a fraternity, it usually goes from guy to guy to guy. If there's no guy in your next generation, you go to this next generation. And it's usually the first boy you will go to. And you have to wait till his 15th or 16th birthday. And that's when you reach out to him. If you would like to be a masonry, if he says yes, he'll usually go with you to the group. He's stuck aside from a separate room. He has to know certain sayings. He has to know a handshake. And he has to keep a secret within those meetings. When you are actually brought in and they bring you as a masonry, they blindfold you which is called something else actually. But they blindfold you and they expect you to recite something. And nowadays they just throw you around and stuff, like they'll push you and stuff like that. But back in the day, you were supposed to drink what was goat's blood. And that is you're giving part of the goat to you being a symbol within. Now, I think that stopped like 250 years ago, 200 years ago. I'm not sure exactly. But I know in the last 80 years, they haven't done that. Like, that's a huge myth. What's up?
If they don't talk about religion and they don't talk about politics, then what topics do they cover?
Talk about your personal life. You talk about what's going on in everyday life and like what do you what do you do for work? Stuff like that. Now, there's all different types of guys in this. It could be politicians. There's I think 33 presidents total out of the 50, however many we have. 33 are actually Masonaries. Out of the founding fathers, there's 8 of the 33 that were actually Masonaries. Masonaries date back to Roman Catholic times, but they said it specifically started as the first lodge in England, Brennan, England. That is like the holy one. Now, what you do at these events, there's always food before any ceremony. You eat beforehand, and you basically go over. It's kind of like a big act or play where you just go through actions, and it's basically just a huge ceremony. But within the ceremonies, you can have your ranks and everything. Mm-hmm. Now, people often ask, how often do these, ceremonies last, and how often are they? Well, if it's a really good group, you got to do 2 ceremonies a month. Sometimes that have less members. You do 1 ceremony a month, and you basically will go through that every month. But you could go up to 7 or 8 times a week to these lodges.
Damn.
And it's almost like a club where if you don't feel like you belong anywhere else, you're accepted by a Masonry there.
Okay.
So if they don't talk about politics and they don't talk about religion, then they're really not a governmental secret entity that's controlling the government and doing all this.
That's why. Okay.
That's the conspiracy.
Well, the conspiracy
is that they don't exist.
A lot of people think that they control a lot of actions that happen.
Let's turn into the Illuminati. Every time you hear a conspiracy about Freemasons, people want to say they're part of the Illuminati.
Okay, so first of all, I asked them a few questions. We do not drink goat blood, LOL. We are not a part of the Illuminati, because they're definitely not. Like, 100%
Obviously
not.
they're not.
It's a sacred and followed through rituals. So basically, they take these ceremonies and they do these rituals every time they meet together. Now, a lot of people ask, why do you join? Well, you feel more protection. Yeah. If you have no one in this world, you usually try to get into a Masonry, and people are like, well, what if you don't know anyone? Today and age, you can actually call up a lodge, and it's usually the person who's the master lodge or the master Masonry. It's usually his personal phone number and email. You could call them, be like, hey, I really want to get into this. Like, I've always was curious, and they'll let you in. They'll let you in and try it out. Now, it doesn't mean you're a part of them. It just means, you're basically trying out.
Now, what happens if it's like somebody from media or social media that pretends like they're going to attend these meetings and then outs all their secrets?
Before they'll let you be a part of any of those meetings, they will make sure you're not going to out them. Like, they will go around and make sure you're not going to be that kind of person. Because
they're the kind of people that check your references?
They're the type of people that want to know you personally on a personal level.
They test your integrity?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got to realize you have to learn many passages and rituals before you're even part of the fraternity. Now, when you're a part of the fraternity, you feel like you're so engraved in this family, you don't want to screw it up.
Well, it's like a great network, isn't it?
And then you
It's
learn
a frat full of people.
Exactly. And then you learn more secrets the higher up rank you are. You know, like a master masonry knows everything that's ever happened in that.
That must be pretty badass to be a master masonry.
But
Like, I know
here's the
everything.
deal. I mean, I'm not going to commit to anything if I know like what all goes into the evaluation process.
Well, it's your apprenticeship. So it's like basically you're not going to do anything that will hurt you or affect you. If anything, the whole process of being a mason is like...
But they'll test your integrity.
Yeah, they're going to test you and stuff like that. But it's like they want to know the type of human you are and how you're going to help them as a group grow and be a better group.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a good family to have. If you like, I know someone that moved from here to Colorado. He had no one in Colorado. You know how he got a job? He hit up the Master Masonry Lodge over there. I think it was 442 or something like that. I don't know the exact numbers or anything, but he actually hit up that lodge, and because he learned. Okay, so the handshakes you learn at every lodge are the same.
Okay.
That's how they know you.
All the code words are the
legit.
same. So he could go up there, say, I'm with this and this lodge from this area, go to that lodge at any time, give him a handshake, and they know, okay, he's part of the fraternity. He's one of us. Okay, once you're with them, you could be like, well, what do you do for work? Oh, I actually don't have a job. You know what? I work over here. What do you want to do? He's like, well, I'm a chef. Like, I used to be a cook. Okay, I own this restaurant. You could cook for me.
Oh, badass.
So what I was saying is, a lot of politicians that are Masonaries, what they'll do is help each other out because they're the fraternity inside the group of politics.
So it's a great way to use like a positive social
Yeah, but you could be
setting,
a
but
truck
it's
driver.
but
You
it's
could be
private
a farmer.
because you've got to have the integrity of not sharing other secrets and things like that. So
Yes.
it's a positive group, and then they verify who you are
So the
with the
meeting,
handshake.
the meetings you would have twice a month are called stated communication. Basically, that's the communication where you have to know the rituals and what to say stuff and what to do things. And that means you're in the fraternity, and that's the meetings they'll invite you to. That way you can kind of look and see what goes on. Now, the stuff that's hidden inside is all code words. So a lot of the stuff that you would hear would be like old term English, but mixed a little bit. I don't really know how to describe it the way he was describing it. But a lot of the words you would learn would be the higher rank up you are, the more trustworthy you are and everything like that. So some famous people that were Masonaries people don't know. John Wayne, Buffalo Bill, Houdini, Mozart.
Houdini makes sense. He does magic.
Okay, now I will say this. The Da Vinci Code does give out a lot of stuff.
Does it really?
Yes.
I feel like part of it was maybe accurate. And most
What
of it was
about
mainly
National
bullshit.
Treasure? Because I love that movie as a kid.
I'm not too sure how much they got into it with that.
They'd find the code in the Declaration of
I know
Independence.
definitely the Da Vinci
Investigate it.
Code does give out a lot about the Freemasons in there. And actually,
Like
a
the book or the
Freemason,
movie?
the
What
Freemason
did Tom Hanks
directed
movie
it and wrote it.
But it has nothing to do with politics.
No, it does with the
No.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
The
So,
world.
but basically,
technologies.
the person that wrote the Da Vinci Code,
Yeah.
the actual story,
But World Technologies plays
was
a big
actually
part
a
in
masonry.
Oh, was it?
politics.
So the Masons still build walls?
Well, here's the thing. It could
No,
be.
but Trump does.
It could be
a
any.
Mason.
Exactly.
It could
No,
be.
because that's what it was. A masonry was someone who built a wall, right?
Well, a
Originally.
masonry basically would build the castles, build the walls and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's in today's age, it would be like the welders, the blue collar workers.
Yeah, okay.
Now, also, but you got to remember, like you were saying, it was the rich white guys. Those were actually very few of them were Masonaries. Majority of them were the farmers, were the groundskeep, like the people that worked with their hands, and how they got together.
The rich white guys.
No,
weren't they?
the originals were the people building the kingdoms, the people that had no money. A lot of them came from nothing.
Yeah.
And they came up with the fraternity that they could basically talk to each other. And because basically what you would do for one masonry and another, you are both hard workers and y'all want to help each other out, get better. You would talk to each other and show each other tricks, where you're not going to show this lazy ass motherfucker over here all the tricks you know, because he's not going to work as hard and he's not going to go as far. So what you will learn in these meetings is how to be a better person, a better product of yourself, but a better man, basically, you know. As sexist as that sounds, I mean, it is a fraternity, and
Oh, it's men only.
yeah, it's men only.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's the biggest cockfest around. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. It's a frat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fraternity.
So
George Washington was one of the biggest fraternity. Like, he was one of the biggest people part of it. You go to any lodge, and I'm serious. You could walk into any lodge. There's a picture of George Washington. First thing you see.
Well, don't the Freemasons date back to before all that?
Oh, yeah.
Like the Crusade times?
They were saying Roman Catholic times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the Spanish Inquisition and all
but
that.
what I'm saying is, like, even
Christian
those
Crusades and all that.
Yeah.
like, as far as people saying tied in with the pyramid and the dollar bill.
No, that's all bullshit.
Yeah, that's 100%
But
bullshit.
they are an ancient society.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But as the first lodge was built was 300 years ago.
Okay.
So actually,
The first lodge here or the first lodge ever?
no, first
So
lodge.
when was 300 years ago?
300 years ago from 5 years ago, wherever that is. But it was basically in England. Was the first lodge that they actually built, and they actually, if you go over there, they every year they have a huge group together with over, I think it's like 5,000 Masonaries join.
Holy shit.
And basically, okay, so when you join, when you're an actual member, you start out with like a white apron because it's purity, right?
Okay. Yeah.
The more and more you're deeper in, you'll start getting like a blue nice apron with gold badges all over it and stuff like that. You have the star and the goat's head and everything. That's just a symbol though.
So it's like Iron Chef.
Well, no, you have like,
I'm thinking
also,
of a kilt, like a man in a dress.
No, it is like an apron
It's
like,
like a
that.
Like Iron Chef.
But you also have the badges too, like basically what a priest wears.
Okay.
So you have a lot of stuff to go around it, and then you also have your hat.
Yeah.
So, but the more
Wait,
higher
what's a
up you
hat
are,
look like?
And when do you put on this Freemason outfit?
you
'Cause
actually have to put it on there. Okay, so when you go
you can't
inside
walk
the
around
lodge,
in it.
no, you can't. You usually carry it in a briefcase. You go inside the lodge. There's always someone outside the door where their meetings are held because it's sacred. It's forbidden to outsiders to hear what's going on because it's secret. So you have a guard outside. Once he's outside, and before the ceremony starts, you put on your dress wear. Like you put on basically what you're gonna wear.
There's a like a locker room,
Well, you get it. It's like kind of like
a change room.
the best way to describe it is if you're going into a church and there's the front, like there's the door. You go inside the church. There's a little lobby,
like
right?
a foyer.
Yeah, and there's another door to go actually into the chapel, right? You would get dressed inside the chapel right there, and that's where the ceremony would be held at. And the guard is right outside the door to go inside the chapel. That's the best way to describe it.
Gotcha.
You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I didn't sleep much last night. I had like 3 hours of sleep.
Daniel's voice puts Danny to sleep.
It sure
Basically.
does. It sure does.
It's very it's romance.
So yeah, word of mouth, usually forbidden, but you could kind of tell a masonry by if he's wearing his rings, or a lot of people wear a lot of the clothing.
Usually it's the ring that gives it away, though.
Yeah, it's the ring.
It's always a ring. Every now and then, some asshole will have it on his license plate.
Yeah. Or the sticker on the back of his truck.
Yeah.
What type of ring is this? It's not like a wedding ring.
No.
You'll notice it.
It's a very distinct ring.
Like it's got bling?
No, most of them don't. The
Okay,
ones
so-
I've ever seen don't. They're usually stamped.
Yeah.
But they have the compass with the G and then
Okay.
the...
I have to look
What's
this
the
up.
bottom part? I know the top one's a compass.
So basically, the best way to describe it is there's 3 symbols that represent a masonry, and all 3 are on the ring.
Wait, I have a question.
What?
What does the G represent?
I don't know, dude. You gotta ask someone who's part of it.
Okay.
Like,
Well, you interviewed someone, so I figured maybe you might know. I've always wondered that.
Why didn't
'cause
you ask him that question?
it just didn't come
His
across, you know.
curiosity wasn't there.
I mean, maybe he wasn't able to answer me, you know.
Maybe. Huh.
So that's basically what it looks like right there. You can actually buy them at Zell's. That's crazy.
But they'll chop your finger off if you're not an actual freaking mason.
Gotta do the secret handshake before you buy it.
So you would realize it when
What
you
does
see
it
it.
say? Oh, free Masonic. Masonic.
Masonic.
But yeah, that's. Do y'all have any questions that I can try to help out besides?
None that would get me in the group because you've got to have a schlong dong to make it in.
And that's what the Master Masonry ring looks kind of like. You can tell how it's more like standoutish.
That one person I mentioned while we went outside for a break.
Yeah.
He has one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's a Master Masonry?
I think so.
Oh, shit. I wonder what lodge he's from.
I don't know. He
He's
might
in the
have.
Stafford area?
He might have inherited it. I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I mean,
No, he's from Rusburg.
oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, interesting guy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. They'll let you. They're usually really open to anyone joining now.
Yeah. I know before it was like white guys only. For the longest
Yeah.
time.
Actually, no, not really. A lot of like Indian and black people are part of it. Like
Really?
a huge part. Yeah. Like I said, this is all around the world. This is not only in America. It's actually because it never started in America. The fact that it started in England, like as the first lodge, and then it grew into America, then it grew to South America. And, like I'm telling you, it's worldwide. Like
Yeah.
I think there's over 10,000 lodges in the U.S. and over 300,000 or 400,000 in the world. So you're talking about millions of people part of the Masonaries. So what I'm saying is, this is a group of people within a group that will always have your back no matter what.
Gotcha.
So
it's a friend for life.
Yeah,
Until
exactly.
you get banned.
Once you pass the integrity test.
once you pass the integrity test.
And they can verify that you are the correct gender.
So guys,
you say you
I thought it was pretty cool because you know, a lot of masonaries, they will tell you exactly what you can be known.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you exactly what they're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff I asked them
There's
was
like so much I want to know about them. Like so much more.
It's super secret.
But they
You
can't
gotta-
answer it.
You gotta
well,
I
it's
wanna
like,
join.
I asked like, what's a good handshake? And they said, well, what have you looked up on YouTube? I'm like, well, I've looked up a few things. And they're like, well, I can't confirm or deny that. And then I've asked them a lot of questions and they're like, okay, that's kind of stupid. Like, you
Yeah.
really think that? Like, I asked them, I was like one of the first things was drinking goat blood, of course. And then I was like, have y'all really killed people and stuff like that? And they're like, no, God no. Like, it's nothing to do with that. And then I'm like,
I never
does
thought those
politics or religion have anything to do with it? No. Does
That must make it interesting though. It's like you go to a lodge, you meet a bunch of new people, but you can't talk politics.
well, what's
or
two
religion,
things
which
we
is
never
the two
talk
most
about on the
popular things.
podcast?
Religion and politics.
Okay.
That's that forced the issue.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, and then it
So
makes
think
it,
about
it
everything
makes
we
it to where anybody can go too. Because think
Yeah.
about it, a lot of people have political jobs, and then
Well, think
Religion's always a hot topic.
about it. That's two reasons. Like, we never talk about it on the podcast, but we never run out of shit to talk about.
We
right?
just not only talk about it at the podcast, we also follow those rules when we visit Grandma and Grandpa.
Exactly. And there's probably reasons why for that too.
Mom and Dad are
the
like,
face you made. It was very interesting.
never, ever, ever bring up religion or politics.
Yeah. Well, guys.
Oh, Christmas conspiracy.
We got the Christmas conspiracy.
Well, do y'all have any?
Time?
What are y'all's questions about the Masonries? Anything else?
Well, you can't answer any of them.
I know you can't answer any of them.
Well,
and
what would be some questions you would have?
Well, I
Just
asked
asking.
one. What does the G represent?
Okay. What else?
Actually, the whole symbol. Like, why is there the compass, a G, and then a protractor on the bottom, right?
Okay, so the compass, I believe. I
Is
mean,
it
I
like
could be
guidance
way
of the
off.
roll?
Here's the thing: a master masonry is a master at their craft, right?
Yeah.
So they're precision tools, and they use precision instruments without needing those tools or instruments to master the craft of what they're building.
Yeah.
So masonry today is still someone that works with rocks and still carves from stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense to use precision instruments like that would make it to where we're going to point at one direction and be specifically straight no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be built right. When you're creating a building, especially from earlier times, you didn't have AC or heat. You needed the sun to rise in a certain position so you would stay warm and set at a certain position, right? Well, the buildings were built a specific way based on the masonries because they were the masters at the craft and making those buildings.
Okay.
So basically, most of the symbols that you would see, it doesn't really represent anything to do with, like, you know, stupid BS that was like Illuminati bullshit, which I don't even know anything about the Illuminati to help with that. But basically, it's just goes back to earlier times when masonry was known as a master craftsman, and that's the tools that he would use when building something that's like if you take the pyramids, how great they're built, that's the buildings and castles you would need to make way back in time to be a masonry, you know?
Yep.
Any other questions?
You answer questions without answering the question.
Okay.
So I'm like,
Give us the runaround.
yeah. Well, no, it's
No, that's not a runaround. That's
Actually,
straight
it
up
was,
like
it was pretty informative as far as, you know,
Yeah, it's my question for sure.
the religion
Well, it's just like,
and the
you know.
politics and all that. That's kind of cool because people, yeah.
Okay.
Why the secrecy?
Now it's
Why
not
the
a conspiracy.
Here's the whole thing with the secrecy.
It wouldn't be a secret
Like
group.
the
It wouldn't be a
reason
group
why
if
you
it
don't
wasn't
have
a
any
secret.
windows inside where you would hold the meetings is because you don't want everyone to find out. You always want the secrecy. Like, that's just how it has been for years and years, and it's how it's gonna stay.
Okay, well, since you said that, how much money does the lodge spend in cleaning up
Not
and
only-
hiding stuff?
Okay, instead of saying how much money does the lodge spend on food
how much
and
is a
stuff like
membership
that,
fee?
how much money do they donate is over millions of dollars a year throughout each lodge.
Do they do No Shave November since it's all guys?
No.
Why not?
I mean, some do,
What
but
about
like,
no, not November?
How about how
sure
much is
they
the
do.
I'm asking no more
membership?
questions.
it doesn't
That's
cost
free.
anything.
Oh, it's free.
Yeah.
Oh, Freemasons. Oh, I get it.
It costs
yeah.
your soul.
Why?
All right.
Well, I'm good on that one because I'm a
conspiracy.
Christmas conspiracies. Okay, so you all know when you go outside, you always got the
You want
name.
to play some Christmas music behind this?
You've got the.
I got you.
Here we go. You've got the one neighbor that acts like he doesn't celebrate
Oh, you
Christmas
found
at
it.
all. You know, maybe they have tons of kids. Maybe they don't. Who knows why they don't put out the lights? Let's just face it. If you got lots of kids, you've got a lot going on. Sometimes those lights don't always get out. Then you got another neighbor next door that's
the Griswold 2.0.
Exactly, the Clark Griswold. And then you have the neighbor in the middle that says, I'm going to outdo Clark Griswold.
Cool.
So
you gotta have friendly competition.
So here's the deal. So let's debunk this Christmas theory because we actually played this out. First of all, we went to the store to go get the extra Christmas lights, and let's just face it. To actually get all of the lights and the decorations,
it's going to cost Christmas.
It's going well into the thousands because it is a lot of money. It's not just like a string of lights. And so then you say, okay, well, I'm going to work with what I have first. And then we're going to build on that.
And then it starts raining.
So then you go back to the house and then you start getting out all the decorations and then you actually start putting them up. And then it's like, you know what? I'm going to let the neighbor be Clark Griswold because here's the deal. This is exhausting. And like trying to get the blow up animals to stay blowed up without flying away.
And losing the stakes in the ground.
And then having to tie the stakes. And, you're thinking it's a good idea because it's not a string of lights that you have to like staple somewhere or figure out how to get wherever you're going. Or, but then no. And then you have the setup lights, strobe lights that you put outside. You know what I'm talking about.
I think we have some more lights in the garage.
I know. We should put them out now. No,
we just don't have a staple gun.
But no, so the Christmas conspiracy is if you want to know why there are no lights on the roof, it's because the person that was hanging the lights has a fear of heights. So he could only get so far.
The step stool doesn't go that high.
So the actual goal of out Clark Griswolding the neighbor, it never happened. Like we've got 3 animals and only 2 trees, not 4 trees. We only wrapped 2 trees with lights and that's it. So
we ran out of those lights.
It's pretty pathetic outside, but
we made it work.
Yeah.
What's your theories about Santa Claus?
At least everybody knows that we weren't bah humbugging it and just saying nope.
Yeah, we didn't go all blue either. I was all for all blue.
We should have gone all blue.
I like the all blue lights.
I like it too.
First of all, I'm not knocking Hanukkah. You definitely get 8 presents, no matter what.
But they're like shitty presents, aren't they?
I know we're not supposed to talk about religion, but
do you only get underwear and socks every year?
No, I get tamales. I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
What'd you expect? We don't get anything else.
What do y'all like do a whole tamale Christmas like?
So okay.
Because like we're trying to find new
why
food.
Mexicans do tamales, right?
No.
It's so we have something to unwrap on Christmas.
Oh, you say that joke every time. I just laugh.
I had no idea.
You think I'm playing, but there's a lot of truth to that joke. Like, there's been Christmases where we're broke, and that's the only thing we have to unwrap.
Bro, my parents were like, you don't understand. Your birthday gift when you were 6, I was like, what? And they were like, we got a bike from a garage sale, spray painted it black, and put Batman stickers on it.
And he wrote it everywhere. He loved it.
That's the best freaking thing ever.
He would find a fishing pole and hold the fishing pole and ride around and on his big wheel, and he loved it. The cost
was under $6 for it.
But it's so true because you buy like the most expensive things, and then your kid plays with the box.
Yeah, the box is badass. Have you ever seen that shit?
The box is great. Like I said, that's why Mexicans, we make tamales.
We keep boxes in the
here's
studio.
The deal. Half the things in your house you could re-gift, and like if you're like me and you got a bunch of just random stuff.
You were so right. You know what? I've been selling a bunch of shit that I have around my house just for Christmas money.
Oh, no. Dude, my dad collects statues. I hide it for 2 months, say it got stolen, and then pop it out.
I literally made like $400 just selling random stuff.
Because here's the deal. People have a bunch of things, and they just need to get rid of it.
That's the commercialism.
Yeah, you could just resell it, re-gift it. Or my favorite gift is if you draw my name, I don't want anything. You just have to do something with me.
Yeah, I
to
didn't
take
draw
me
your
to-
name
you
for
have
a
to-
reason.
I love that you said that because like
You have to take me somewhere. You have to
Yeah.
spend time with me because that's the most precious thing that
Okay,
you have.
exactly.
This
right?
is the most
See,
time I'm spending on a podcast
No.
with you. Okay. No.
I'm the same way. Like my girlfriend, she's like, I don't know what to get you for Christmas or whatever. I was like, well, I'm not good with presents. Like, I don't like presents. I'd rather have an experience. Like,
Yeah, like-
me and you just hang out, go do
Being
something.
sure
Or
Sit
like a
down.
really cool day
Yeah,
where
sit
you
down,
find
do a lot
fun
of drugs.
places to where you find fun places to do drugs.
Exactly.
Like you find fun and cool places to go. It doesn't mean you have to
Yeah.
spend a lot of money, but just
Yeah.
like really cool.
Yeah.
Like breaking
Like-
into a house, stealing a lot of shit, and leaving.
Yeah, of course you got to break
Yeah.
a few laws.
That's fun.
Why
If you're not
not?
breaking laws, you're not doing it right. Just
It's
Exactly.
fun to break some laws. Yeah.
Break some laws.
been
tell
doing
some
it
stories.
for 5 years.
Yep. No, but
And it always helps when you're dating a cop and you're breaking laws.
oh, that sounds like so much fun.
It's exciting.
Haven't dated a cop yet. That's
And
the next
I
one.
need you
Was
to date a redhead cop.
A detective.
No,
That way you
redhead
can
cop.
commit some
Oh,
real
no,
crimes.
I can't date a detective. She'll read too much into me. It's like a psychologist on steroids.
You know what?
Trying to
I'm
reach
actually thinking
in
about
between.
going to school for psychology.
Oh my god, you sound like every girl
I
in
want to
this
go fuck with
century.
people's heads.
God,
Yeah, but Christmas theory, you don't have to go all out. You don't Clark Griswold it because let those Clark Griswolds, let them go all out. Number one, it's expensive. Number two, it's a lot of
Imagine the
work.
light bill he had after that.
But let's face it, when we see
Well,
our neighbors with
Christmas
no
lights
lights,
don't cost that much. Like,
Like,
the
what
light
happened?
energy.
Dude,
doesn't-
old school Christmas lights.
Oh yeah,
Are you
old school.
crazy?
Yeah, I'm
They
old
draw
school.
so much power.
Old school, definitely. This new shit, dude, it barely scratches the bill.
Yeah.
New shit.
I feel like Elon Musk should create Tesla light bulbs.
Solar power.
Solar power. Exactly.
Solar powered Christmas lights.
Exactly.
That's coming up in the
But you
next
can
5
hang
years.
them all year round.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Last year I went all out in my apartment.
Yeah. Oh, you
You saw
did.
it.
I remember. You had the
I'm a
potpourri and
Christmas
everything.
fanatic, dude.
I love Christmas.
You know, last year.
What happened in this year?
Yeah, it's not a great year for me.
Oh, well, you could still have Christmas spirit.
I have the Christmas spirit. I'm bartending in like 8
Last
hours.
year was the first year I learned what potpourri was.
Oh my god, he didn't know what potpourri was.
That's some white
Dude.
people shit.
That's
That is why people shit. Like, no, I went to Walmart off West
Here's
Summer.
what
I'm
I
like, do y'all have any potpourri? And she's like, do what?
Do you have any potpourri? Can I have some potpourri?
You gotta go to Hobby Lobby. Home
It's like asking for
They all
Grey
know that
Poupon. Can I have some Grey Poupon?
That's just expensive mustard. Like, why would
Yeah.
you even buy
Can I have
that?
some Grey- Dad would walk into like some type of place and be like, "Can I have
Dude,
some Grey
my
License to
dad
Fiesta?
is so... Y'all, okay. I thought it was funny as hell going in the Fiesta. And, okay,
We gotta throw some dad
Pico.
jokes in there.
I got some Pico and shit.
Uh-huh.
So, first of all, my dad drops me off at the front door where they're blasting the music and shit.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "What's that ruckus?" I'm like, "Oh my god, Dad!"
Oh, because like outside of Fiesta, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
burp, 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 burp.
It's all turned up, you
Yeah.
know. So I go inside, get some Pico and stuff, and then I'm checking out. I spend like $4, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says take a survey and win $100 gift card. I'm like, Dad, if you take the survey, you can win $100 gift card. He's like, oh my god, we didn't do that. I'm like, when have you ever spent over $20 at Fiesta? He goes, well, just think about it. You could buy Pico for the rest of the year going once a month. I'm like, exactly, Dad. Exactly.
Exactly. Hot
But
sauce for
on the low, like, best vegetables are at Fiesta. Everybody knows that.
No.
Like,
What?
tomatoes and stuff, yeah.
No.
I would say between Kroger and HEB.
Definitely not Kroger.
Oh, I love HEB.
Definitely not Kroger.
I love HEB.
HEB, yes.
HEB is the best for me.
But you're going to pay a lot more for produce at HEB.
Yeah, but you're
it's
paying
always
for
on
quality,
point.
not quantity.
Exactly.
Like their meat.
But here's
their
the
meat
deal.
ball-
Oh, now, the red meat, I'm talking about, you got to go to, like, a real butcher. Like, that Polsky,
Actually,
butcher.
expensive. Like, so
No, it's cheaper than
So-
HEB.
We used to go to the Michoacana and get our meat, like straight up.
So since me
That was my white friends that dated Mexican boys.
since I used to own a food truck, I still have a Restaurant Depot membership. Yeah.
That's what's
Oh,
up.
so you go and get all the real stuff.
Yeah, we go to Restaurant Depot and buy the real meat for very, very cheap.
You gotta buy a lot of quantities, though, don't you?
wholesale.
Yeah.
So fajitas.
So your whole family just gets all the meat from there.
Well, yeah, because I used to own a food truck. My dad used to own a food truck, and my brother used to own a food truck. Mm-hmm. So we all have a Restaurant Depot. We all tied it together as a one family business.
How come you don't do it anymore?
I just don't have the time for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we barely do this podcast once a week.
Yeah, but
Well,
I'm thinking
two
about buying
podcasts
another
a
one.
night.
My brother just bought another food truck. He's fixing it up right now. But
Well, it's cool because in Houston they have like those places where it's like it's nothing but food
yeah.
trucks.
Well, ours was like tacos, but like
Like the real food
tacos.
trucks. Real food trucks.
Yeah.
Like, Danny, honestly, one of the best qualities he has, he can find you the best taco trucks.
Oh, yeah.
Any time of the day, any time of
Taco
the
trucks
night,
are my
any time of
shit.
the morning.
I like those tortas.
Yeah, tortas
tortas
are
are
good.
good.
Yeah.
I say it super white. Tortas.
Tortas are good.
Sounds like I was
All right,
going to
guys.
say turtle.
Great conspiracy
Dude,
podcast.
it's almost a 2-hour podcast. Once I
Guys,
sprinkled in like the prelims. we're
so
good.
we did the math. We're doing the next conspiracy podcast in March.
Mm-hmm.
So leave below.
That's my birthday.
March
Oh,
13th.
that's another conspiracy.
No, it's not. It's
No.
17th.
No, my birthday's
17th.
March 24th.
That's what I said. 24.
It's, it's around my
See,
birthday.
that's why you should be like, yeah, her birthday.
Okay, but see, Mom, Dad, me, and
Spring
Matt
break?
all have birthdays next to each other, and then
week
you're like
after.
all the way over there.
Like the week after spring break.
Oh, that sucks.
No, it's awesome because then I can go to a bunch of places that people already went to, but they're gone.
Everyone's too hungover.
like they're gone. Like I don't like a lot of people. Is that weird?
Do you go to South Padre Island? Or?
No.
What's the funniest thing you've done for your birthday? 'Cause
I don't
it's
want
after
to know
spring
this.
break.
I don't want to know
The
this.
funnest thing I've ever done for my birthday, I don't know. I really need to live it up. But I went to some fun places. I've been to Beverly Hills, not for my birthday though.
Yeah.
And it really is all that it is. I've been to Vegas.
He's been to Vegas.
Vegas was
I grew
cool.
up in California as
now
well.
I was with Vegas. I was in Vegas with 3 kids, so that. But I got to go to Speed
So,
Vegas.
I went to Vegas with 2 of our friends.
I went with 3 children.
They were not the best people to go to Vegas with. Like, they would be drunk by noon and didn't want to do anything after that.
Oh yeah.
As for me, like, I like to drink.
They were some Vegas virgins right there.
Yeah, so we were all Vegas virgins, all 3 of us. But see, like me, I like to drink and I like to party.
See, I would have been perfect to go to Vegas with.
You
'cause
would have.
I no lie. I
No.
don't go get drunk in the morning at all.
This is what pissed me off, right? So one day we were walking down the strip, the new strip.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, "Oh, dude, like I'll hook you up. Like, go to a strip club. I got you a limousine.
Yeah.
Limousine's free, and she's free. All you gotta do is pay 2 drinks." And I was like, "Well, we've been offered this all the whole fucking walk back to the hotel." I was
Yeah.
like, "What's special about your strip club?" And he's like, "We got a midget stripper."
Oh my god.
And in my head, I was like, "Oh my god, we gotta go to this shit! Like, this is amazing."
I hate midgets. A huge fear of midgets.
Tell you, when I call, no, we're not interested. In my head, I was like, if Dan was here, we'd be at the fucking. We would be there.
I have a
on stage.
huge
I
fear
know.
of
I've heard
midgets.
this. I've heard this.
Oh my gosh.
But like
It's-
little things like that would piss me off because I was like, I want to go do this.
yeah, see,
And they're
I'm
like,
always
"No."
down to do random shit. Like, I guess that's one of the best qualities about me.
That's definitely your adventures.
Yeah, definitely.
That's-
Because I'm like, if you don't try it, you're gonna regret it.
You gotta try it once.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for a
did-
finger in the
I
butt.
did-
You can't try that.
I did
Oh,
get to
never
eat.
try that. You don't. Go
I did
back.
get to eat those edibles in Vegas. I got to eat the edibles.
Oh my
God.
Yeah. But here's the
ate
deal.
a handful of edibles and then bought me a vape pen and smoked it.
Here's the deal. Like, I have a low tolerance. Like, 2 of these Southern Star beers just woo, you know.
Oh, no, I got friends
then-
in all places.
And then here's the deal. But I got to eat some of the edibles, but I ate them at night because I was
Did
like,
you like
oh, I
them?
don't want to be fucked up during the day. So plus, and then I had children with me. So So yeah, no, it was interesting. It tastes kind of green, like you can taste.
Oh, you can actually taste
the
it.
green.
Yeah, you can tast the green in it.
I have some really good. Well,
You can-
I had some really good.
I was gonna say
You can
your
taste the-
CBD gummies.
No, the CBD gummies work though.
Oh yeah, I need to try some of those because I have anxiety and they help. But no,
about the strongest CBD gummies you can buy.
You said 200 milligrams for
200
each.
2,500
Oh
milligrams.
my god, that would knock you out.
So I was eating. I had like 2 or 3, but then it tastes like a dessert. So then you eat some more, and then
tastes so good.
and then I'm like, oh no, I'm super fucked up. So then I went to bed, and then I woke up the next morning, and I thought I would be fine. Oh no, I was still fucked up. And then we went to the Dig USA where we got to dig with the construction and all that, and you get to blow shit up. So it's super cool, and it's right outside of Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And before you get on the equipment, they make you take a breathalyzer, and I got, oh my god, they're gonna know that I got super fucked up last night, and I totally ate some edibles, but it was a breathalyzer thing, so I was good, but I was like
confused. You got confused.
I was like, this is gonna be so dangerous. And then when I was driving around, I was freaking out, but we got to go to the mob museum, and here's the deal. It's very bloody, so don't take children, but the children that I had didn't.
Like, there's a mob museum?
Yeah, in Vegas.
All right, Dan, we gotta go back. We gotta go to Vegas.
A mob
Because
museum.
I legitimately feel like I want
mob museum.
Mob. M-O-B.
M-O-B.
About all the mob.
You told me that.
Yeah, that's where I got my
I
FBI
thought you said
shirt.
mob museum, like really bloody.
No.
I'm
No,
like, are they giving birth and stuff? in the
M-O-B,
museum?
like money over bitches.
Yeah,
money.
or medical
Oh, I
office
see what
building.
you did.
Mob.
Ayo.
So yeah, it's funny because I work in healthcare. So every time they say, "Oh, this hospital medical office building," but they say MOB, I'm thinking, that's money over bitches. Oh wait, no, that's my past life. That's my past life. No.
No, I wasn't ready.
That's
It's
my past life.
too soon.
So yeah, no, but it's cool because they got the mob museum. They actually have a lot of really cool stuff.
Y'all went to the
there.
racetrack and
Yeah.
actually raced the cars.
We went to Speed Vegas and they got
I'm
to
done.
race Lamborghinis.
I
And
know you talked about wanting to do that.
Dude,
so.
I wanted to do it so bad.
it's expensive. It's ridiculous.
No, so I went to Vegas, right? I was broke as shit, but I was like, okay, I have $300 just for the racetrack. That's the only thing I wanted to do in Vegas.
Yeah, literally.
But you're not talking about you sit in the race car.
Yes.
That shit's expensive. It's like $1,500.
Well, I had $300 to
Well-
start. Okay.
He's gonna win
Your dreams are
blackjack.
crushed. Okay.
No, just
Your
one
dreams
lap.
are
Let me go one lap.
No, like it's legit.
That
like
is one lap.
legit, it was like
One lap is
$1,500.
$300.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I looked it up.
Oh,
Yeah, but she actually won.
One lap.
well, I didn't get to ride in the car though. Only the
But
kids
you
did.
paid for it. Well, you paid for it with her card.
One lap was $300 in a Ferrari. That's all I needed.
Yeah, they
Was
did a
one lap.
Ferrari, a Porsche, and a Lamborghini.
God damn, no wonder it was $1,500.
And, well, no, they did it for I think it was 10 minutes, and it's cool because they start out on the track, and then they see him go, and then you see him gas, and it's like, vroom, and then they take off, and it's
I'm kind of glad I didn't do it though, because once I started doing research, I found out you don't drive the car; someone drives it.
no,
for you.
yeah, no, it's a race car driver.
So,
You thought you drove the car for 300? Oh my god!
You would crash that motherfucker.
hell no, I
You
wouldn't
would
have
fuck
crashed
it up. You would.
No,
You wouldn't fuck it up.
That's a
but
huge
would
liability.
you trust someone with your Ferrari?
yes,
No, don't bullshit me.
I would. I think I would be able to handle Ferrari. I'm like 99% sure I can
I'm
handle
saying,
Ferrari.
if you owned a Ferrari, would you trust one random person that gave you $300
Hey,
for one lap?
$300 is down payment for insurance.
It's not even a down payment for. It's not even a half. It's not even a tenth of the
That's
car
what you have
note.
insurance for, though.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for listening. You can follow me at Daniel_Blake on all social media.
You can follow me at Danny_G951 on all social media.
Give us a thumbs up, 5-star review on Google Play or anywhere you
iTunes.
listen to
Please-
podcasts.
Please review this episode on iTunes.
Yeah,
we
like,
need reviews.
We really want to know how we did on the conspiracy.
How
And
we've been doing on the burn books.
but definitely
ending the year.
conspiracy. Definitely conspiracy.
Yeah,
This is something
tweet us.
new.
If
We're
you
trying.
like any of the new stuff we've been doing, because we did the burn book. We're doing the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
If you like either one of those, tweet us. Let us know that you like it, so we will plan it for the next time.
And if you hated this episode of
Also
our
let us know.
conspiracy theory, let us know. That way we know next time
if
not
it was
to
better
do
than Past the
this.
Gravies, also let us know.
Oh, it definitely was. Like, I already know for a fact. I feel like we did more research, though, too.
Dude, I did a deep dive on one subject. That was it.
I did a deep dive and a deep conversation on one.
Yeah. I think I just told a really good story.
You really did good on that. I'm not going to lie.
I did my research based off of family and looking outside.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. I practiced like how I was going to tell this story like 4 or 5 times before I showed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just winged it.
Actually, you told it very well because I was like
I
super
was
intrigued.
kind of into it afterwards. I was
No,
like,
because
fuck,
there was
man,
so
I
much
need to know.
information, but like I listened to like 4 or 5 different podcasts telling the story, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I didn't like how they did this. I didn't like how they did that."
What I think we're gonna do is next time, before we do a conspiracy theory podcast, which is gonna be the next time we hit the 13th, which is March 13th.
Oh, what if we tweet it and have them
Pick what we do. Like,
the
Yeah.
conspiracy,
we'll get like
So we can
5
research
different
it.
things. We'll do a poll of like 5 or 6 different things.
Yeah.
And the top 3 is what we'll do.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
think
that
we
would be
could do
cool.
it.
I like that.
All right, guys. And if you enjoyed having my sister on here, please
Also
let me
let
know.
us know.
Because,
Yeah.
you know, if not, she'll never come back on. So,
Yeah, or you
or
never
if
know.
you don't, fuck you. So, see you, motherfuckers. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening.
Bye. Oh, also, don't forget to be at
December
our live
20th,
show, December 20th.
7 p.m.
7
we expect you
p.m. We
there.
are opening up for Past the Gravy 6th annual Christmas Spooktacular.
Should be a fun time. Should be a great time.
It should be a blast. Join us for some brews, some Christmas spirit.
Oh, we're also going to have shirts there.
Oh yeah, we're selling shirts. Shirts.
Bring cash, please.
Yeah, cash or Venmo.
Yeah, cash
That's
or
what we
Venmo.
expect. Unless you have Zelle, then we might take Zelle.
No, cash or
Probably
Venmo.
not.
No,
Yeah,
cash
okay,
or
okay.
Venmo.
Cash or Venmo shirts will be out for $20. Also, check out our website at weeklydpod.com. There will be a new tab going up after the live show that will be merch, and that's where you can also order your shirts from.
And I wouldn't expect the new tab to be up till probably the new year. Just to,
Yeah.
like, you know, being honest and stuff. But definitely, whoever wants to buy shirts, definitely try to bring cash. We prefer it. But if not, have your Venmo set up and
Yeah.
everything. And your girlfriend will probably be selling the shirts, right?
I think she's going to run it for us. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, until then, we'll see y'all next weekend, guys.
Peace.